do anything stupid. Okay, cool.
Okay, lovely. Well, in that case, hello everyone. Welcome back to Icewind Dale. We're very glad to be back. Sorry for the delay, but Cal time making people busy and then having to get in sync because I was like, hey, we'll delay by a week. And then I realized if we do that, we'd be double booked every single 2 weeks because of Avernus. So that's why the delay was slightly longer. But hello everyone, we're back. Good to be back. Yeah, can't wait to continue plundering our way through Zardarok's Sunblight Fortress. A few things of housekeeping to go through first. Of course, your support and everything is greatly appreciated. In case you don't know, and YouTube's not doing its job, which we wouldn't be surprised, the second campaign has begun. There are 2 episodes of The Descent into Avernus out where you'll get to see me as a player, and we actually have a brand new GM, Joel, who's doing a fantastic job, has joined us. You can go check that out at a link down below. Yeah, does anybody have anything else that they want to shill? Any self-promotion? Craig, you launching any haphazard business ventures?
No. Just
Yes.
getting on with getting on.
No snake oil this week? All right.
No.
I make YouTube content. Subscribe to me.
Yeah, Justin makes YouTube content.
Wow.
Subscribe to him.
Me too. There you go.
Yeah, I
Everyone
make
does.
slightly different YouTube content now. I've branched out into doing game reviews. You can check those out on my channel. Yeah, if you are looking for an audio version, podcast links down below, as always. However, most importantly, let's get back to playing some Icewind Dale. Now, for everybody except the party, we all know that unfortunately last episode, Izar Sol met his unfortunate but pretty well-deserved end by deciding to 1v1 the rest of the dungeon while the party was speaking to Grandolpha Musgart. Now, the party did gain Grandolpha's seal, which should allow them to travel throughout the fortress with an emblem of being on her business, which hopefully will lead to them not being bothered too much by Zardarok's Duragar clan. Izar met his end at the, I was going to say the hands, but at the teeth and giant purple tongue of a mimic. And we're going to rejoin the party, actually, as they just finished searching a training room full of suits of armor, and they're heading into the room where Izar met his demise in search of their briefly disappeared companion. So we're going to go ahead and rejoin the party there. And, well, who is leading the way into the room as you're searching?
I think it was Darmok.
I was.
Yeah.
Okay, Darmok, could you make me a perception check? You can have advantage because of everybody following you in and also looking.
All right. It is a 19. Sorry, that's a
Nat
19 with a nat 20.
That's a natural 20,
Yeah.
so you just have a
Yeah,
negative modifier. But that
Yeah, I have a
doesn't matter.
negative
It's a critical success. So, well, with a critical success, I will say that as your eyes scan around the room, you're kind of in maybe not an alert state, but certainly a wary state concerning the disappearance of your friend. A matter that, you know, in such a hostile and unusual environment as the fortress, you'd like to see resolved pretty quickly. So you're pretty hyper aware right now. And as your eyes scan the environment, something just sticks out to you, almost a stroke of ingenuity, you might say, as a result of your role. And what you notice is that the large chest against one of the room's walls is looking as though it's shifted recently. You can see almost like, you know, where you settle something that's been stood for a long time and you get that kind of dust outline where it was. You can see a lighter patch as though it's been shifted a little bit recently, but with no body visible in the room and no other visible signs of struggle, you don't really understand how somebody could have been moving things around in here without you noticing.
Friends, this chest in the corner seems to have been moved recently. There might be a hidden door or something, perhaps a trigger to wherever Izar might have gone.
Oh, well, let's go take a look, shall we? I'm going to head over to the chest and take a look around it.
Sure. So you're just looking at the chest.
Yeah.
Make me an investigation check.
Sure.
I love the dance that we're doing.
Yes.
We're not
Oh, that's a
editing.
6.
It's a 6. Yeah, to your you can certainly see what Darmok means. You can see, you know, it's not hard to spot when it's pointed out to you. You can see that there is a shift in the dust on the floor as though this has kind of just been like nudged to the side a little bit recently. But as for the chest itself, yeah, it just looks like a fairly ordinary banded chest. Nothing really
Okay.
stands out to you.
Oh, maybe there's a secret trap under the door or something. And I'm gonna move it away from the wall.
Okay, so as you reach down and place a hand on either side of this large chest, immediately the lid swings open. It opens about halfway, and you almost have to do a double take, as what you see in front of you is a mauled, fangy mouth, a disgusting mess of shards of teeth, and a huge purple tongue lashes out to strike you.
Oh,
As
shite!
I would like you all to roll initiative. If
Who would have
possible.
known?
I know, right?
I don't. Whatever.
Okay, so I've cleared the turns list, so you should be able to add yourselves a turn.
Oh,
I rolled
Did I
a
miss-
13.
You have unveiled the mimic. You can. I'll add you a turn, and you can. You have to select your token in case you haven't.
I think I reset at the same time you did.
Ah, no
That's
worries.
okay.
I
I'll
shall.
do
I
it
shall
again.
add you a. Oh, you sure?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
A 4.
Dorothea with the 1.
Yeah, I'm good at initiative. I'm surprised.
You were just surprised by the mimic, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I'm going to roll initiative for Twisted Limb as he barrels into the room behind you all upon hearing the commotion. He's going to start from there, and he gets an initiative of 11. Okay, so let me just put us on the combat map. Oh, let me just quickly fix combat. 1 sec. I hadn't had this prepared.
New.
I said I haven't had this prepared. I actually did, but OBS
I
has
was like-
broken it. So
Goddamn, oh yes.
there we go. Fantastic. The powers of editing, eh? Okay,
Mhm.
so let's sort by descending. And at the top of the round, Fletch, we have you able to act as you see this mimic, whose turn I have not added, but doesn't matter because you rolled a 5. You see this, yeah, this mimic, we shall call it, unknown to your eyes, an entirely strange beast to you. This purple tongue lashing out towards Dorothea, who narrowly manages to avoid it. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I'll just sort of say out loud, bloody hell, what is that thing? And I'll fire my longbow at it.
Okay.
That's a 13.
13 hits. I mean, this thing is
Ooh.
not difficult to hit, but actually, what you see, Fletch, as you draw back your bow to strike, you notice these strange, almost shadowy, gristly, dark legs and arms climb out of the lid of the chest as it rises to be 8 or 9 feet tall. And
Ugh.
these huge, skeletal black hands extend outwards with hideously clawed hands on the ends of them.
That's pretty disgusting. 10 piercing damage is what I got.
Okay, so your arrow thunks right into the middle of the mimic's maw as it's climbing out of this chest. And while the creature doesn't seem to react as such, you can see this almost like viscous black goo spilling out from it.
That's
As,
easier.
your
Oh no!
as
Just
your blow
this
finishes
is,
off your missing combatant. As your blow
Yeah.
lands solidly in the black
Whose head
mass of
pops
the
out
mimic.
last second. Oh.
Oh god.
Oh.
That would be the
He
worst.
sounds like, guys, help!
Ugh, I'm dead.
All right. Would you like to do anything else, Fletch?
I'll move over to the opposite side of the room. And my turn.
Fantastic. Eddie, you're up.
Hey, I'm gonna walk into the room nonchalantly. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna cast magic missile.
All right.
Gotta love magic missile. There we go. At first level regularly. Here we go.
Okay.
Press this a couple times. Oh, was that too many? Uh-oh.
What have you done? Well, we'll just take the first 3. So,
All right.
yeah, your 3 missiles impact into this unusual beast, just reaching and stretching out to its full height. And each one does rocket, and it takes a step back slightly on one of these large, grotesque legs. And some of the wood begins to splinter and crack from what is now almost resembling like a shell on the creature's back of this open chest. But they do impact, and you see splinters go flying from the creature.
That's 8 damage, and that's all I got.
That is 8 damage. I can't count. You nearly got 9 damage, so thank you for pointing it out.
Damn it.
Okay, anything else?
Nope, that's it for me.
Okay. So upon seeing this, Twisted Limb lets out a guttural roar, which almost rattles your bones themselves as it reverberates in this small stone chamber. And he just goes, "Foul sorcery." And he charges towards it, swinging his large axe, one-handed, of course. And he rolls a... wow, he rolls a natural 20 on his first attack.
Wow.
And you see him crash down with this angled strike adapted to his unusual fighting style. And he actually cleaves half the lid of this strange creature after cutting through it off its back. And the damage is pretty significant. All right, so yeah, you see him land this mighty blow. And then he appears to try and position himself next to the creature as if to protect Dorothea and Darmok.
Oh.
And that's the end of his turn. Now, the mimic is already looking... You see it... It displays no emotion. This is quite a grotesque, unusual creature, but you see it kind of flit its head around the room, and it appears to be almost skittish, as though it may have bitten off more than it can chew, because it's already full of Izar. And it is going to... After a moment's gathering its composure, it is going to lash out with its unusual, sticky, gross purple tongue that now is extended out of the maw that appeared down to its knees almost. And that is going to be a... Okay, that certainly does not hit you, Dorothea. In fact, the creature appears to be so thrown by this physical manifestation of nerves almost that the tongue just misses and slams down between you and Darmok with a wet thud onto the stone before dragging back and retracting back into the chest. And Darmok, it's your turn.
Yuck.
I'm gonna be like, what is that thing? And then I'm gonna take and try to hit it with my longsword.
Okay.
10.
A 10 does not hit, I'm afraid. You're too busy distracted by this grotesque tongue sliding down the floor after you that your blow is somewhat half-hearted.
I'm gonna end my turn there.
All right. Dorothea.
All right. I'm going to panic a little bit, dodging tongues left, right, and center. I'm just going to try and swing my mace at it. Let's see if we can smack it with that. Whoop. 16.
16 certainly hits.
Stop it, you shite! 4 bludgeoning damage.
So, yeah, it just... Disgusted by dodging this tongue, you actually swing at the base of it, and the flanges of your mace kind of bite into the top of the tongue itself and tear out some gross purple materia, which kind of drips off the end of your mace, somewhat regrettably. Anything else?
That'll be it for my turn.
Alrighty. Fletch, we're back with you.
I'll just keep it exciting and fire my longbow at it. It's a non-natural 20.
Okay, that's
Low level
hits.
combat. Low level
That's
combat.
for 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay, yeah, well, where are you aiming for? How would you like to finish off this gross beast?
I guess I'll aim for the knee.
Okay, yeah, you actually see your sort of like broad-headed arrow just shear through the creature's thin, spindly knee itself, and it immediately tilts over, smashing the lids of the chest into the floor. And as it does, you hear this unusual screeching noise as the creature itself seems to warp and begin to distort before it just shatters into wispy threads of smoke and splinters. In the midst of all this mess, there is no real remains to speak of, only splinters of wood and some faint traces of gore and purple liquid where the tongue was cut into. Something does catch your eye in the middle of it. There's a small silver pendant with a red tourmaline set into it that lays untarnished in the middle of all of this.
Do I notice it? So we all notice it at the
Yeah,
same time?
it drops to the floor with a slight clinging noise as the creature seems to almost tear its own essence apart.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna bend and like pick it up. Like out of all the guck and goo from it, and just like look
you
at
pick it up, and I wouldn't say it needs to check for this. You immediately recognize it as the one that Izar would quite proudly display and had a habit of fiddling with when at camp and whatnot. Down
Is that-
for our boy Izar.
Is that what I think it is?
Press F in the chat.
Yeah, I think Izar got eaten. Not to mince words here.
Oh, that idiot. We told him not to go off on his own, and there he goes running around a freaking castle, and then he gets eaten by a chest. I'm gonna kick his arse in the afterlife. Idiot.
Darmok is definitely just standing there, kind of like unspeakingly just staring at the amulet. And after a while, he kind of I grip it. I will not let your death be in vain. This fortress, our mission, your prophecy, your family's. I'll continue it for you, my friend. And like I'm gonna actually like kind of get the gunk off as best I can. I can't prestidigitation like you can.
It seems to have been honestly pretty unmarred. It actually seems to have almost appeared after the mimic's death, in a way.
Okay, I'm gonna like shine it up essentially,
Yeah.
just because he wouldn't want whatever this is on his amulet. And I'm gonna take down the hood that I was wearing for the rest of the thing, and I'm gonna like put on his pendant.
Twisted Limb notices you're doing this, and he looks towards you and goes, "That is a good way to honor your friend. Spill the blood of the foes of this place and see him avenged. I am sorry for all of your loss." He kind of slowly looks around each one of you.
Hey. Well, let us hope that he's the only one lost in this ridiculous place.
Aye. You got a good heart, Darmok. Poor lad.
Put the hood back up, and like Darmok looks like noticeably pissed and is like, let us go before I get even angrier at this.
I'm all
thing.
for ripping them a new one, so let's go. Let's go find these little shites.
Twisted Limb sort of grunts his approval and he goes, "Forgive me for my candor, but my friend may not yet have fallen, and given the loss of yours, you may be a staunch ally in what's ahead.
Oh, for
I
sure.
suggest we make haste towards him. Hopefully he can aid us with the layout of this place, and that little trinket the Duragar woman gave you may hasten us to his whereabouts."
I'm gonna like put my arm on Twisted Limb's like hand on Twisted Limb's arm and say, "That's right. You have also have a friend missing. Let's do that first, then find your missing companion."
We need to head to the northern wall then, if I recall correctly. The prisoners are kept there, according to Randolph Musgard. So let's head north, see if we can find Fearless.
How do we tell north when we're underground?
We could ask someone who lives down here. I mean,
Seems
I'm terrible with directions, so let's just ask, and then we'll just head in that direction.
okay. I know that there's nothing on this end of the castle. We've been here, or dungeon, or whatever we're calling this place. Yeah, we can ask. And we
Right.
leave. Well, hey.
Let's go.
Are you kind of just keeping your eyes out for a Duragar guard to speak to?
Yeah.
Or we
Okay,
can go to
so-
Grandolfo.
Which would you like to do? I mean, I will say on your way back to Grandolpha, in the area that you can see on your maps to the south of her, not that you know where south is, on the opposite side of her hall that she's staying in, you can see what appears to be a portcullis, but a portcullis that is open, and it leads to a large actual shaft that appears to appear out of the floor and the ceiling, but this is an opening of it whereby you can gain access to ladders going both up and down. However, most importantly for your aims, at the entrance to this room, there is a Duragar guard stationed. He is a short, ugly man, as many Duragar are, holding a halberd and just seems to be lazily chewing on something in his mouth and staring at the floor and pays you no real heed.
Just ask him then.
Excuse me.
Oi.
We're looking for the dungeons on the north wall.
Oh. The jail. Hey?
Hey,
Sorry.
do you know
pal.
the directions?
Who are you? You're not exactly the type we get in the fortress too much.
We're on work from the Grandolpha.
With this, you can see an eyebrow of his raises, and then he sees the seal that you're holding, and he goes, "Oh, all right. Here, the jail. Well, you need the forge level below, and yeah, just you'll see it. It's on the north wall. Well, dead ahead of you when you climb down there."
This way?
Well, he's guarding a room that has what appears to be the ladders to other levels in it.
Okay.
I see.
So through there then, and down, and then
Right.
should you see it?
Yeah, you're on you, aren't you? Down there. Jail will be on the other wall. Straight ahead of you. Can't really miss it, to be honest.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
I'm gonna
With this,
mission.
he gives you a very, very lazily affected bow and allows you to pass into the room with the shafts. And as you approach these shafts, you see that the ladders are wrought of some sort of coarse, dark metal. It's not particularly well forged, and you can feel the kind of like the grit and the roughness of it as you place your hands on it. There's also an intense sensation as you approach the shaft itself, with a great heat rising from below, steam and smoke and the smell of wrought iron and furnaces churning away. But from above, there's a howling wind of cold. Which way would you like to go?
Let's go
Down.
down.
Yeah.
Solid decision. All right. So as
Sounds
you guys descend the ladder, you realize that this is a huge, huge ladder. This thing must go down 50 to 100 meters. You lose count of the steps that you've taken at some point until eventually you begin to approach light as the heat intensifies. And once more, you find yourself into an opening at the bottom of the shaft this time. The ladder does not descend any further. As you disembark, one by one, an area is revealed to you. And what you can see is that you've arrived into what appears to be a somewhat desolate foundry floor. You can see strange spore-like creatures that almost remind you of mushrooms of a sort, are busily ferrying around different materials between the smelters and the many minecarts and tracks that occupy this level. There's a huge flowing pool of magma in the center of the room with many, molds and casts laying beside it as molten metal seems to pour into them and then be ferried away by these strange creatures one by one. Other than that, there is fairly few Duragar actually immediately visible to you. You can't really see any particular sort of heavy presence or gathering of them. There's the occasional Duragar stud about, kind of keeping an eye on proceedings and occasionally giving a harsh shove or words to one of these unusual creatures that you see. But for the most part, you're paid no real heed, as everyone seems to be focused on their work. You can see what the guard was speaking about on the far wall to your north. You might be able to see it where I'm pinging on the map up here. You can just see a passage into what appears to be a grimy row of cells from the couple that you can see, presumably the jail that was mentioned to you. What would you like to do? Or does anybody have any questions about the area you're in?
Not gonna lie, I didn't even notice you revealed the map.
Oh yeah, if you're on the map, scroll down. You can see the area.
Oh, there it
There
is.
it is.
Probably should have said that.
Aha.
Sorry, I'm just curious. How big are those mushroom creatures? Are they like as big as the Duragar, smaller, or?
They're actually just about as tall as the Duragar, but they're quite frail, spindly-looking creatures. Whereas the Duragar have the appearance of hardened dwarven warriors, essentially, these look to be at first impression, almost a gentler creature, perhaps a creature of different strengths than physical. But they do come in all sorts of shapes and varieties, and they all have very agaric properties. There you go, John.
Nice.
That's something for you.
Nice. I'm sorry, Connor. Again, I didn't know where we were on the map. Where did we kind of pop in?
You are right at the bottom where you can
Down
see,
there,
hopefully,
gotcha.
some creatures marked on your map. Can you see those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Fantastic.
So we're like here.
Yes.
Lovely. Well, Eddie's not going to ask any questions. If no one's going to ask, point at him, I'm just going to keep on walking.
Okay. So yeah, you guys can move yourselves down to that level. You can move your tokens down and move as you would. What are you aiming to do here?
Well,
I think we're probably just going to the cells, right?
Yeah.
straight across, as the guy said.
Okay. So yeah, you head up to this row of cells, and now when you reach there is in fact 2 Duragar outposts on either side of you, and as you approach, you are stopped by the sound of the doors swinging open on them, and each one seems to hold a few Duragar guards. None of them, I just used the wrong one, none of them really pay you too much heed. They kind of warily eye you, and you can see that one from each table has kind of reluctantly got up and opened the door to their outpost and seem to be staring at you, awaiting an explanation more than asking one.
Good day, lads.
The guard on the stairs of the room to your right goes, "Hello, surface dwellers. And what's this?"
Oh, we're here on important business for Grandolfo Musgard. Just got a few questions for one of your prisoners.
Right. And what prisoner exactly is that?
Well, the biggest one you've got, of course.
Oh. The one that looks like you. And he raises a grimy, disgusting hand towards Twisted Limb. He goes, "Yeah. Is this another one you've captured? I know Zardarok was paying good money for getting rid of these pests." And he gestures towards you, Fletch, this time.
I'll just sort of scull back, but I won't say anything.
So if you don't mind, we're going to go and ask him a few questions.
You're here on business of Grandolfo, eh?
Mm-hmm. Who's got the seal? Flash it.
I have the cloak, yeah, with the seal.
Kind of passes a eye around and he goes, "All right, no trouble. And don't talk to any of the other prisoners. You said you're here for the big one. You don't need to go snooping around. We'll know if you do." And he kind of lazily turns around and sits back down, and you can see that he and his associates seem to be playing some sort of game you don't recognize and taking heavy sips from these mugs, and they seem to be preoccupied again, and you're allowed to head onwards.
I would like to head onwards.
All right. As you head into the jail area, you can see that it's a very roughly hewn tunnel. It doesn't really have the care or the masonry of a lot of the rest of the fortress, and set into the walls are jagged, uneven little cells with hard rock beds and all sorts of nastiness in there. But you can see that there aren't too many cells occupied right now, in fact. But you do see a few cells are occupied. There's one directly in front of you, in fact. And you can see a scrawny human in a dirty loincloth with his ribcage poking out and very little else on show. Further down the way, you do see a shadowy figure in the distance, probably the Goliath Fearless. He casts a large shadow along the rest of the room, and beyond that, you can't actually quite see what's in the cells past him from this distance. Along the wall, that is the inner wall with no cells on, there are 3 Duragar guards. These Duragar appear to be in some form of perhaps not decorative, but some form of embellished armor, considering what you've seen so far. They wear a heavier plate and hold two-handed warhammers menacingly. They pay you little heed, assuming that you've been there on legitimate business, and instead just stare forwards blankly. What would you like to do?
I would like to look for the biggest prisoner they have. Can we see him from where we are?
Well, you can see the large figure
Okay.
just in the distance, yes.
I would like to
Go.
walk past them very slowly and go see the big guy.
Okay, as you begin to head that way, the scrawny human begins rattling this thin, sort of ragged metal cup he has against the fence, against the bars of his vagina. He goes, hang on, don't leave. Don't leave. The first visitors I've had in ages.
Can we talk to him? Do you think they'll give us crap if we do?
What does it harm?
More people, the better, I guess.
I mean, I'm gonna say this under my breath to them. I mean, I don't know. Like, we're not allowed to talk to the other ones. I don't want to fight them all.
Well, how do you expect to get Fearless out of here without
Well, I mean,
doing that?
I hadn't thought that far. I was just glad he's still alive.
I
So-
see no harm, since it might be useful for us, and if they have a problem, then we're gonna have to deal with it anyway.
We always have the code word.
You sure do. Right.
Why don't you talk to our new friend over there, and I'll take a look at Fearless.
Okay. All right.
All right. So as the rest of the party head off to speak to Fearless in a later cell, Dorothea, you're left standing face to face with this strange, chipper individual, just dressed in a dirty loincloth, who appears to be looking towards you with these energetic, bright eyes, and he goes, "Oh, I didn't expect you to actually stop. Fancy letting me out?"
I mean, you're in a prison cell, and unfortunately, I don't have the key.
Yeah, I'm a trapper from Duggan's Hole. Got caught by these lot. Don't seem keen on letting me out. I'm sure that one of these guys has the key. They don't seem to really react to much, but maybe you could get it off one of them.
Is he saying this like under his breath?
Yeah, the bit about getting the key. Yeah, he
Okay,
kind of
okay,
leans in and he's whispering to you a little bit.
All right. Do you know which one specifically?
No, they look like they might all have one. Different ones have fed me and stuff. So they've either got one key and they share it, or they've all got a copy. I'm not sure.
All right. What's your name?
Pekoa.
All right, Pakoa. So here's the thing. We're going to try and get the big fella out of here. We can get you out too, but you need to cause a distraction for us, right? Like pretend to have a fit or something. And then we'll jump the guards, get the key, and let you out.
All right. Yeah. I don't know if they'll care if I have a fit, but I can have a go.
I mean, we can try it and see if it works.
Yeah, I guess that works. All right. I'll give it a go. What's the signal? How do I know when to have my medical emergency?
I'll talk about a food item.
All right, which one?
Banana bread.
Oh, that's quite an unusual thing to pick in the Dale. Okay, it works.
All right. So you get their attention. We'll get the big guy out. We'll get you out too. Cool?
Yeah, sounds about right.
All right. Let me get back
And then
over there.
you go catch up. Now, Darmok, you approaching Fearless, Twisted Limb, upon seeing him, immediately sort of gently but firmly places a hand on your shoulder and moves you to the side, and he goes, "We've come to get you out. Can you fight?" And Fearless doesn't seem to speak, but he just gives a nod to Twisted Limb, who then turns to you and goes, "We need to find a way to get him out of his cell." how we do this? Well, I know how I would do it, but if you wish to approach it with more finesse, now's your time.
I will walk back up to the party. So this is our lad, right?
Aye.
All right. Hello, Fearless. So we've just got a few questions for you from Grandelfo Musgard. Do they react to anything? These guys behind us?
Not from what you can see, they seem to be quite stoically standing guard, essentially.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna whisper under my breath to the party, if I may. Like, all right, listen here. One of these guards has the keys. We're going to cause a distraction with the other lad, and then nick it off their belts, because they won't see the keys off these guys.
Ooh, who's having a look?
Have a look, but don't make it obvious.
I mean, I assume we're in a huddle, so there's got to be people
Somebody-
facing that direction.
One of you can make me a perception roll with advantage as you're all looking, essentially.
We're all going,
They're just lifting up their, like, tabard.
oh, shit.
Oh, John.
Wow, what a roll. I rolled a 2 both times.
Yup.
Oh my god. We can't see. You would assume that one of these guards would have the key. If it is one or all, and if so, if it's which one is it, you have no idea. The guards are wearing very sort of like convoluted tool belts almost, with a lot of pouches and whatnot on them. And you can't see the back of them, I will say.
Okay.
But yeah, with their tabards and their chainmail, it's you find it difficult to see. We'll say that.
I can't catch a glimpse. It could be any of them.
Okay, maybe it's
Well,
another box.
do you think it's possible that we could just say to the guards, we need to take him to see Grandolpher? Just ask them to open the cell.
That's what I thought as well.
We could, yeah, I mean,
All of a
we could
sudden-
try that.
You just heard a voice from the cell next to Fearless,
Look at him.
where you now peer around the corner of the rocky wall dividing the two cells. And Justin, if you would like to describe the chap they see in the cell next to Fearless, you may now do so.
Sure. So in that cell, you see a pretty average height, average build gentleman with nice deep brown eyes and maple skin with black and auburn hair. He looks not young, but not old either. You know, good old mid-30s. On him, you don't really see much weapons. I assume that would have been taken from him. Luckily, he was at least allowed to keep his clothing. His clothes look like a really dark kind of blue, verging on black leather robe with a very small cowl. He looks overly excited for being in the cell, especially compared to the gentleman who seemed a little bit more unhinged. And yet he'll just go, aren't you all a sight for sore eyes? Well, get me out too, please.
Who are you?
The name's Leth Kelleg. I was do you work for the dude who rules this place, or
No.
Cool. Yeah, I was here to kill his son. I was sent here to kill his son. I lied to the guards and said that I was like some sort of traitor. But yeah, they didn't really buy that. I figure it was a pretty stupid lie now that I think about it. Yeah. I have combat experience.
I got some bad news for you.
What's that?
Both sons are probably dead anyway. I mean, that might
Can
be
I-
good news for you.
When
Can I
you
take credit
say
for it?
this, Eddie, the guard behind you
Oh, shit!
begins to swiftly march out of the room.
I'm an idiot. Goodbye, everybody. I'm sorry.
Oh, shit, catch him quickly. Someone throw
If
something.
the guard is currently striding past you, I will. If you have anything you would like to do,
I would
do it
like to-
now.
Opportunity
I
attack.
I'm gonna tackle him to the ground.
Banana bread.
I just keep tackling Duragar.
Justin is the agent of chaos.
Holy shit.
Tackled.
I'm batting 1,000 today, boys.
Oh,
Here we
God.
go.
Okay. Right. So we will say that you are engaging these fine
engaging.
chaps in combat. Now, unfortunately for you, Darmok, this guard was extremely put on edge by the comments made by Eddie. So you are unable to get the element of surprise and tackle him to
Okay.
the ground, as he
That's fair.
does manage to evade your tackle. However, I would like you all to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
As
What is wrong with
oh
me?
boy, it's time for a scuffle.
Yeah, I just murdered both the sons.
I didn't murder both, just one. The other one
No.
died because of something we did. It was
I
fine.
will say-
It's so funny.
I will say,
Fuck.
as you are doing this, Twisted Limb, who is standing beside you, Darmok, I actually just need to move his token down if you give me a moment. Twisted Limb, who is standing beside you, Darmok, goes, very well. Your friend would have preferred it this way. And he places his he leans the great axe against the wall for a second and places his huge hand on the door of Fearless's cage and just yanks it. And you hear and feel reverberating the shearing of the metal lock as he just wrenches this iron door open. He then takes a step to his right and wrenches open your door, Lethe, and he tears it open. And then as soon as it's open, he grabs your collar with his huge hand, leans into your face and goes, you better be useful, little man, or else I'll see you ended if you betray us.
You got it, pal.
With this, he seems to crack a smirk, stand upright and pick up his axe again and turn himself towards the evolving scene of Darmok smashing himself into someone wearing full plate armor. All right. So, you all rolled yourself initiatives? You have. Fantastic. I'm going to add initiative for the guards, who will be acting as one. All right. Okay, let's add thing for Twisted Limb. Twisted Limb and Fearless will also be acting as one character. Okay. So, first up in the turn order, we have. Now, is it Leth or.
It's Leth.
Leth, because we're going to get asked about that. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Leth. All right. Leth, take it away. You are first up as you are rather bluntly warned against treachery by Twisted Limb, and he takes a step backwards.
I assume I have nothing of mine.
You have no weaponry on you.
Are there any shards of literally anything that is pick-upable?
Make me an investigation check.
Oh, I'm decent at that. I got a nat 20.
Nice.
Nice.
A natural 20.
You find all your gear in the back room.
In your desperation, just desperately clambering around your cell, trying to find something to defend yourself with in the undeniable fight that is to come, you chance upon something perhaps stashed by a previous prisoner, and you find a short sword has been strapped with a belt to the bottom of the stone bench you were made to sleep on. So you can add a short sword to your inventory. In honor of your nat 20, I'm not going to do you that dirty. All right.
Nice.
Coolio. I don't. Wait. Sure.
You should just be able to drag one from the Roll20 compendium into your
Oh,
inventory.
yeah. I'm a dumb man, so I usually have it pop out.
Okay. Well, you
I
find a short
couldn't
sword. It's not the most illustrious looking weapon, but it certainly looks practical. It looks like it may have been smuggled or stolen from one of the Duragar themselves, as it has a crude black iron design, but certainly looks like if you stick them with the pointy end, it's going to work.
Oh, wait.
If you want to know something funny, Justin, anything below an 18, you were going to have to grab a torch off the wall and fight with it.
I would love that.
I would have tried.
All right.
All right. Let's
Okay.
Lux looking up.
And that we won't. Well, because you nat 20'd it and you found it quickly, we'll say that doesn't count as your turn. You can go ahead and take your turn.
Coolio. I'm gonna
Nice.
burst out of my cell. Move over. Oh, this is cramped as hell. Move over toward this
You can move through your allies. Don't worry about it.
ugly person. And oh gosh, since they haven't
Haven't acted yet.
they haven't acted yet.
Hashtag
I
rogues.
Advantage, and because I have advantage, I get sneak attack as long as I hit. Let's stick him with the pointy end, shall we?
Good idea.
Mwah.
I got a nat 20. Oh wait, never mind.
You did
It
not.
was-
No.
It was
No,
it
you
was
did not.
taking roll 20 took long and tricked me.
I would have lost my mind.
Oh, I was so excited for a second.
All
I
right.
only got a 13.
Yeah, so 13, you actually, you are very, very excited to be out of that horrible cell you've been caught in for a few days. And maybe your excitement gets the best of you as you land an ambitious lunge on the guard, but it just skids off his heavy plate armor, and you just score a deep groove in it. But the one comforting fact is the sword is sharp, so that's nice.
As a good old-fashioned bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and disengage and just
There it is.
move right there. And I'll end my turn.
Classic.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, now the hammerers, onto the hammerer. So let me just quickly check something.
I'm an
Yeah,
idiot.
so these brutal warriors advance upon you, and now that you really turn to pay them attention, you can see that actually the hammers that these guys are wielding, the large two-handed warhammers, they're not wielding at all. It appears as though the hammers are grafted into their armor.
Ooh.
You're having a hard time making sense of it, as it's unlike anything you've seen before, but you notice where hands should be, there is simply fusing onto the hafts of these brutal-looking hammers. Now, the one that is sort of in the midst of you is going to, well, the one that you try to tackle, Darmok, is going to swing at you.
Okay.
Let me just see how that goes. Okay. That is a... Oh, sorry, I've got the wrong page open to roll for them. Ah! Roll20 has like 2 versions of everything now. It's really annoying. Am I going to roll? I'm going to have to roll these manually. That's fun. Okay, so the first one is going to make an attack at you with the hammer, and that is a...
She's like,
That's a
Jeez.
natural 20.
Oh,
All right.
ooh.
okay.
You take...
Ow.
You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as you notice as this thing moves, it's almost like steam hisses from the servos in its elbows and its shoulders, and the hammer swings into your plate, buckling a section of it. And it is not the most comfortable sensation. All right.
Owie.
So,
Oy.
he doesn't seem to... The creature, this Duragard, that has this unusual suit of armor, almost seemingly now, like, grafted onto it, doesn't seem to react or yell out in any way, but it does land a solid blow. Now, its compatriot is going to attempt to step in behind its comrade and swing at you, Eddie. And that
No,
is going to
please.
be a...
Another
That's going to be a
natural
15 to hit.
That hits my 11.
Okay. And then you're going to take... Oh, rolling manually is awful. Then you're going to take a 5 points of bludgeoning damage as the hammer cracks into your side as you struggle to get out of the way.
Eddie goes, "Ugh."
Okay. Nice.
Thanks.
All right. Now, this Durgar at the end of the corridor is going to come charging towards you, a similar large hammer. However, as you watch it charge towards you, the left hand appears to detach itself from the hammer, and a large metal claw slides out and clanks into position. This Durgar swings at you, Eddie, with the hammer, and that is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
And that is... Sorry, meant to move up one more. That is 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
And then he is going to snap at you with this metal claw, which is a 19.
Owie.
Bring it on, man. Just bring it on.
as
That's
the
exactly what happened last time.
as the claw pierces you, and that is 9 points.
We make dumb decisions. This is what happens.
Oh my god.
Talk shit, get hit, as they say.
Okay.
Uh,
So, that's the end of the Duragar's turn. Eddie, you may wreak your vengeance while I try to fix this rolling. 1 sec.
Perfect. Well, as a level 4 boy, I'm going to use the best spell ever, and I'm going to Misty Step away. Because I am not a
Nice.
fan of that. So I'm gonna Misty Step over there because not a fan. Actually, no, that's a lie. I'm gonna Misty Step that way. Because I like having friends in my way, and that's Misty Step's a bonus action, so I can't cast 2 spells in the same turn.
Good news, everyone. I fixed the rolling.
Lovely.
The shreds, you say.
So I can't cast 2 spells in one turn, even if it's a bonus action. So that's it for me.
You can cast cantrips.
You can cast a cantrip.
Oh, never mind.
Any bonus action cantrips?
Dorothea. I do.
Only, yeah.
I'm gonna cast Firebolt at the closest one to me.
Is Firebolt a bonus action?
No. So he Misty Steps the bonus action, right?
Misty Steps.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
so
sorry.
he can.
Okay,
You're right.
Firebolt. 14.
Okay, a 14 does not hit, I'm afraid.
Of course not.
As
Right,
you
now
simply
it's
leave a small scorch mark on the unusual armor of one of these guards.
That is
Darmok,
it for me.
you're up.
Okay, I have just a rules question. For cones, it says 15 feet. Would that hit both?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That was my question. Okay.
I know exactly what you're going to ask. The answer is
Yep.
yes.
The answer is yes. Got it. All right. So I'm going to hit the guy closest to me with my longsword. It's a 9.
Nope.
Oh dear.
There's a lot of clanging against armor going on, but no real damage.
All right. I am going to use Peerless Athlete as a bonus action so that I can get advantage for strength, athletics, or acrobatic checks for the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
And I will end my turn.
All right. Nice. So, the next turn is Fletch. You're up.
Okay, so I'm actually gonna shift one to the right here, and then swing my greatsword at the furthest right hammer guy.
Okay.
So that's a 16.
These are Duragar Hammerers, by the way, if you're wondering the name of them. Okay, a 16 does not hit, I'm afraid.
What? You've got to be shitting me.
The Duragar looks incredibly nonplussed by your annoyance at his armor, but...
I mean, that's it. Everything I needed to land the hit there to do anything, so I passed my turn.
All right. So it is the turn of Twisted Limb and Fearless. Now, these guys are not looking too sure about what to do. A little bit surprised by the combat. Twisted Limb is going to step up and strike at the hammerer that is in front of you, Darmok, and that is going to be a... Let me just get his stats. That is going to be a... Okay, Twisted Limb manages to score through the armor of this Duragar and deals a deep slash into its shoulder, and you see the Duragar's left hand, the one that's joined to the bottom of this huge warhammer, you can see that the arm is bit deeply into, and it begins to kind of sag a little bit as that is a huge blow landed by Twisted Limb. He is then going to end his turn there, and Fearless is going to step back and just go back towards the end of the passage. Similar to Leth, just kind of trying to keep an eye out for something to fight with. He's currently unarmed. So, Dorothea, your turn.
All right. I'm going to talk some smack and be like, oh, those are nice. Mine's bigger. Cast my spiritual weapon.
Nice. Big fan.
Yes. Nice. I don't know where to fit it, but it's going to go there, I guess. And I will like to bop the one directly to its south.
Okay.
So I'm going to try bop that. Sweet. Boop. Please hit. 16? Doesn't hit?
16 does not hit, I'm afraid.
Shit.
Falls off the armor once more.
Fun. And then I still have an action, right? So I can take a swing with a weapon?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm gonna just try and hit him with my mace then, the one that's directly below me. Boop.
Okay.
18.
Yes, 18 hits.
Yay, good.
Roll your damage.
All right. 3 bludgeoning damage. I'm doing my best.
Yeah, you managed to land a hit, and you do see the Duragar wince in a little bit of pain, but it's not a particularly solid strike, unfortunately.
That'll be my turn. I can't go anywhere.
Okay. Leth, you're up.
How far is this? I don't know if I can get there. What's because it's half distance through people, right?
Yes.
So I can't get over there. I guess I'm going to ready an action.
Okay, what would you like to ready? You have to describe what you're.
Yes.
What you're readying.
If space moves, words are hard. All right. If I get the opportunity to step forward or diagonal forward, essentially, like if Twisted Limb or Darmok moves, I just want to move to where they are.
Well, you can ready your action. You can't ready movement.
Oh yeah. All right. If a bad man enters my space, I will attack them.
Okay. Okay. If an enemy comes within range, you'll attack them. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
All right. Now it is the turn of the Duragar. Now they're looking to become a little incensed by your continued resistance, and they're going to re-engage with these brutal-looking metal hammers. Now the one attacking you, Darmok, is once again going to swing at you. However, this time it is going to swing twice. The first attack is a 15.
Not hit.
The second attack is a 23.
That does hit.
Okay. And from that, you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
So, yeah, the hammer just clangs off your shield the first time, but the second time is a bit too much, and you can feel it kind of crash into your arm and cause some damage there, as the force behind these blows is significant. The second one is going to strike out at you, Fletch. And it's going to attack twice with its hammer. The first one is a 17.
17 hits.
That's for 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And the second attack is a 22.
Also
for
hits.
11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
Ow.
Very nice.
Oof.
20 points of damage.
Okay, and the one at the back, seeing as Eddie has Misty stepped away, can only reach you, Fletch. So it's going to, once again, this one is the one that slid the claw out of its missing gauntlet. And first it's going to strike with its hammer. And that is, that's a natural 20.
Oh.
Son of a...
Uh-oh.
That's a natural 20 where you take 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ah!
Okay, I'm gonna, as a... Well, actually, hold on. I need to
Shit.
quickly read this. Okay, yeah, so I take 19 points of damage, but then I'm going to use my Goliath feature of Stone's Endurance. So whenever I take damage, I can use my reaction to roll a d12 and add my Constitution modifier to it, and I reduce the damage by that total.
Okay, so
I'll
your
just roll
Goliath resiliency is coming in.
d12. A 2.
Oh.
2.
So I reduce it by 5.
Okay, are you still standing?
Yes.
Okay, so with its claw, it's going to snap towards you for, an 8, mercifully. So the claw, you are sort of bracing yourself against this crushing blow that was landed, and you manage to bat away the claw with your greatsword in an act of desperation. But that is going to be the end of the turn of the Duragar guards. Eddie, you're up.
I'm sorry.
Was that Eddie?
That was me, yeah.
Daddy.
That's almost deady, let's just say that. I'm going to cast Magic Missile at 2nd level at the closest Duragar, the one everyone else seems to be attacking.
Okay.
Here we go. 4 times this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Much
Okay.
better damage.
So you strike 17 points of force damage as the magic missiles crash into the Duragar, and it is reeled backwards, nearly knocking over one of its comrades. You notice that where your magic missiles impacted, they were leaving dents, and the third or fourth one appears to have buckled the chest plate into this Duragar, and he's visibly struggling to breathe almost as his own plate crushes him. He is still standing.
Sorry.
Woof.
He is still standing, but
Is that the noise it made?
yes, it's a doppelganger.
I
Eddie?
would also like to drop my backpack if I could. And yell out to Fearless to check for a weapon.
Okay, just for my reference, John, do you have any weapons in your backpack?
I have the Chardlin flail in my backpack.
Okay.
I also have my quarterstaff, which I'm currently not. I just use my hands. So
All right.
either or.
So, yes, you do that, and Fearless sort of nods a nod of thanks towards you. Anything else?
That's it for me.
All right, Darmok, your turn. The Duergar in front of you is... Death's door is an understatement. He appears to be actively dying, essentially.
Okay. Well, that kind of changes what I was going to do, but that's okay. So I'm actually going to try to grapple him to the ground. That's
Okay, well, you can grapple someone. You can't grapple them to the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I believe I can still attack even if I do one high-handed.
Potentially, yes. Let me just check
I think
the rules on that.
I think the first grapple.
I think the first
is
one
an
is your
attack.
action. Yeah, the first one is a grapple
the action?
attack. Yeah.
Yeah, and then on subsequent turns you can.
Subsequent
attack.
turns you can attack and their movement's reduced to 0, but the
Alright.
actual act of grappling is an action in itself. So
Gotcha. Okay. I'm just gonna attack then.
okay, sure thing.
Slash him in the
I'm gonna-
face.
Hit and sword.
Try.
21.
21 certainly hits, yeah. And I will say you don't need to roll damage because he has 1 HP.
Oh,
And
okay.
you go for the sort of crack in his armor made by Eddie's magic missiles, and you just plunge your longsword
Plunge
through him.
straight through.
Yeah, it just runs him through. You pull it out, and he crumples to his feet, dead.
Okay. I would also like to use my inspiring smite.
Okay.
And I gain 2d8 plus my level of temporary hit points.
Okay, cool.
So I
I feel
roll.
inspired. I don't know about you.
I'm inspired. I just have to, dude.
If you want a useful way of using temporary hit points, you can click your token and just use the blue circle to keep track of them.
Oh, okay, perfect.
It's like an easy way of doing it.
Okay, so I will gain 9 temporary hit points,
Okay.
and I will move into the space of the dead guy. Can I step on
Yes.
him?
Yeah, we'll say that you can step over his body.
I'm gonna step on him.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
Fletch, you're up.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is use Second Wind to try and restore some health. So it's 1d10 plus my fire level. Okay, so I get back 12 points. And then I will attempt to attack the one directly below me with my greatsword.
Okay.
So 21.
21 hits.
Okay, so I'm going to... Well, let me roll the... Well, I'm going to use a distracting strike here, so there'll be additional damage. But first, so it's 11 plus 1d8. So it's 16 points total. And when my allies have... The next person to attack him has advantage on their attack.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use Action Surge and attack the other Duergar to my bottom left.
Nice.
With my great sword.
Nice.
So another swing. That's an 8, which I assume does not hit.
An 8 unfortunately does not hit.
Okay, well that ends. Well, actually, I'm gonna then. Is there space underneath the spiritual weapon? Can I shuffle to the left?
I would say that the spiritual weapon takes up. You could move through it. I don't think you could occupy the same space as it.
Okay. No, I don't want to take an attack of opportunity, so I'll just
Okay.
stay where I am. That ends my turn.
Okay. So Twisted and Fearless. Now, first, Fearless, John, is going to rummage through your bag and actually pull out the Chardlin flail and, after a moment, sort of look at you in disgust, but then stand holding the flail anyway. And he doesn't really seem to be able to get to combat right now, so he's going to take a step forward and just ready himself. And Twisted Limb in a similar position is unable to reach combat, and so will just stand back with his new comrade, readying themselves for action. Dorothea, you're up.
Yes, I would like to cast Cure Wounds on Dear Fletch.
Okay.
Just to save his butt from dying. Cost at first level. So you gain 4 healing. That's kind of shitty. But additional hit points equal to 2 plus the spell's level. So I think he had an extra 3 with my Disciple of Life.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
To get 7. And then I am going to boop the one beneath the spiritual weapon again. Let's just smack that. Boop. 23 to hit.
Oh, yeah, 23 hits, yeah.
No, I want to do damage. Wait, cast at which level? I'm not casting it. I just want to do the damage.
Just click the spiritual weapon.
Yeah, click the word spiritual weapon.
It does different damage at different levels, so that's why you have to
level. 8 points of
bludgeoning, your divine
damage.
hammer just slams into him, and certainly leaves its mark.
I don't think I can do anything else. Action. I don't have any bonus actions useful, so yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, Leth, you're up.
Gosh, I've been in that cell so long, I forgot I could do this. I'm gonna use a bonus action to dash.
Yep, that's a good idea. Yeah,
good idea.
forgot I could do that. Just gonna go right over here. I guess technically I will take an attack of opportunity from
where are you
the
going?
middle one.
Where are you going? You haven't moved.
I'm going through the people.
Oh yeah, you'll take an attack of opportunity from the middle one.
All right.
Are you fine with that?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Bring it on.
One shot him. Let's go.
Could you imagine?
That would be a thing. Okay, let me just get the right sheet up because these hammers are being a pain. All right, there we go. So it swings at you with its hammer for a 23.
Hits.
And that is 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's fine.
Welcome to the campaign. All right.
Then I'll use my normal action to attack the hammer man that is close to me.
Good idea.
And 10. Go ahead and end my turn there.
Scrapes off the thick plates of armor, and just the turn of the Duragar. So the Duragar, this one to the left, actually, with the claw and the hammer, is going to disengage away from you, Fletch. Not literally disengage. He's going to take a turn towards you, Leth. Now he's sprinted past him and swing at you. And the first attack is with the hammer, and that is a 10 to hit. That's not going to hit. Nope. And the second one, he's going to snap towards you with his claw for a 24.
That hits.
Okay, and that is 10 points of piercing damage. As the claw
Maybe I should have stayed in my cell.
Yeah, the claw bites deep under your armor into your ribs.
Claw.
And the next one is going to swing rather frustratedly towards you, Darmok, trying to hammer through your armor once more. And that is going to be a 13, which isn't going to hit, and then it's going to be a 22.
That does hit.
Which hits you for hits you for 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
The second roll was a crit there, so it's like hits you for 19. That doesn't sound right. Then I realized it was adding crit damage on. But yeah. All right. So that is the end of the Duragar's turn. They're going to remain huddled up there. Eddie, your go.
Lovely. I am going to cast... I want to do something, but I can't. I'm going to cast Magic Missile at first level again. Mm-hmm. Here we go. My favorite ability. It's about the only damaging ability I have. Here we go. That is 11 points, and that's the closest one to me.
Sure. So once again, you smash in, you hear the grunts of pain as the armor buckles in several places, pincing the own flesh of the Duragar. Anything else?
Nope. I am going to pick up my pack if I can.
Okay. Darmok, you're up.
All right. Well, I'm gonna moving on up to the next one in line. Hit them with the longsword.
You will have advantage because of distraction. Well, it
doesn't matter. Natural 20.
Natural 20. There it is.
Okay.
Big damage.
Yeah. You strike forwards and you manage to find a gap in like the gorget of this thing's armor, and the blade just sinks in through the neck and out the other side. As you pull it back with a sickening crunch, you can just feel the life drain from the Duragar as it crashes down dead.
Just like the idea that Darmok's just going stab.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stab, moving on.
Stab,
So
stab,
I'm gonna move
come
on to over to this dead body, and then I'm gonna look at the other Durgar and be like, "You're next."
He
Creepy
stares at
black
you and goes,
hood.
"My God will greet me with open arms." And he seems to steel himself for the upcoming
No.
assault.
That'll
Anything
be
else?
the end of my turn.
All right, Fletch, you're up.
Before I attack, can I move here to the south of Leth? Is that possible?
Yes. Why not? Yeah.
Okay. And then I shall swing with the old greatsword.
Okay.
So that's 11.
Nope.
Nice.
Ineffective swings are not breaking through the armor of these guys.
Well, that's it for me. I end the
Okay.
turn.
Twisted Limb sees an opportunity to get into the battle and roars, charging towards the Duragar, where he goes ahead and unleashes a mighty swing of his great axe for 25. All right.
Jeez.
And so he just slams his great axe down, not aiming for any weak point like Darmok's, well-trained swordplay. Twisted Limb is just going brute force, and he hacks through the shoulder plate of this suit of armor, and you can see immediately dark blood just begin to bubble and ooze out of the wound as he roars in satisfaction. Dorothea, you're up.
All right. I am gonna send my spiritual weapon after this last friend standing. Hopefully, smack him in the schnoz. Boop. 12. Ugh.
Nope.
That doesn't hit. And I cannot get to them right now. There's too much shit in the way, right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, unless I move my spiritual weapon out the way. Can I do that?
You
And,
can, yeah.
Take place, change spots with it?
Yep.
Does it take attack of opportunity, or can you not
No,
hit this thing?
no.
Okay. All right, then I'll squeak in there and try and smack him with guiding bolt. Because why not?
That will have disadvantage because you're now in
Oh,
melee.
right. Okay, let's
You
not
can
do
go
that.
back and cast it from range if you want.
Is that fine if I do that? I don't
Yeah,
hit
you can
anyone?
take it back. Yeah, you can take it back and
Okay.
cast it from range. That's fine.
All right, guiding bolt then. Boop.
Does not hit.
Damn it. Okay. That's my turn.
Okay. Leth, you're up.
Had to go fast. I must concentrate. Use a bonus action for steady aim. Just kind of squaring up like a like a baseball player. I'm attempt to give this man a mighty slash. I have advantage. Essentially, is what that means.
Okay.
I got 12 or an 8. I'm pretty sure neither of those hit.
That is not gonna hit, I'm afraid.
I'm gonna end my turn.
Tarmax just looking at this weird fellow trying.
Like, ah!
All right. So, the Duragar, he looks around and he finally breaks expression, and you see a sort of manic glare in his eyes, and he is going to lash out towards you, Leth, as you've been one of the more successful targets of the Duragar so far. And he is going to swing with his hammer, which is a 20 to hit.
Yep.
14 points of bludgeoning damage. Wow. And then he's going to snap out at you with the claw.
Well, one sec though.
I was like,
He might not have to.
I was like, he might be out.
Let's see. Let's go with this one.
Oh, God.
I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping.
Oh, I love killing Justin. All right.
Good night.
And then,
Night,
okay,
night.
well, he sees his handiwork and he gets a manic cackle and he looks around at you. And Fletch, he will turn his big mech claw towards you. And let's see how odd you are and how ready for stomping he is. Okay, that's a 19.
Yeah, that gets me.
Bro, this guy's rolls. He is going to be greeted by his god for 11 points of piercing damage.
Hell's bells, man.
Yeah, he's max damage rolling on a lot of things. That's good. Okay, that is, however, the end of his turn. Eddie, you're up.
All I got at this point is a firebolt. Let's go, boys. Whoop, that's the wrong button. 13.
Okay, 13 does not hit, I'm afraid. Anything else?
Yep, step forward. That's it.
Darmok, can you get the triple kill still? Let's
I'm
go.
trying. All right, take out the longsword. 19.
19 hits.
Okay, here we go. And this, I'm gonna say for Izar this time. And it's a 5 slashing damage.
Unfortunately, that is not enough to finish the Duragar as you
But-
try to go for one of your patented stabs. Oh,
I'm gonna divine smite it.
okay.
Because that's so
It's cheating to call God.
it's for
No
Izar.
fair! You called God!
Okay, so it's 2d8. 16.
All
Poor
right, so
Easer.
you try to go for one of your patented
Poor
stabs,
Izar.
but unfortunately, the Duragar just begins to move out the way slightly, and your blade kind of like cuts the side of his neck. At this point, you invoke your deity, and the radiant lightning flashes down your blade into the shallow cut, and the Duragar's head just blows off. It just flies off to the side in a spray of blood from this divine energy. And
Triple
the
kill.
Duragar are very much so dead.
Dedigar.
So,
I'm gonna put my longsword back, and I'll be like, Izar, he would have been here.
immediately as silence falls from the fight, I would like who's closest? Fletch and I guess Leth, you're like semi-conscious.
I'm
Why not?
unconscious.
Yeah, okay, fine. Oh, talk yourself out of it. Go ahead.
I mean, I am.
Fletch, you can make yourself a perception roll.
Okay. 21.
With a 21, I'll say that, and being who you are, you recognize the noise absolutely that is coming from outside the jail where the passageway opens up into those two outposts. You heard a slight shuffling of feet and arranging of armor, and the noise of several crossbows being winched into position.
I think they know, and there's people waiting out there to shoot us.
More people. I'm gonna go over to it's Leth's
Leth.
body. Leth. And use one of my lay on hands to get him up.
Sure. How much? Just 1 point?
Just 1 point.
Okay, sure.
Enough
Yeah.
to
Leth, you
Wake him up.
you feel like the worst of your wounds kind of begin to seal, and you regain consciousness as Darmok's healing energy pours over you.
With the
Thanks,
words,
pal.
with the words from Fletch, I'm going to cast Mage Armor. She's my last slot.
Okay.
Does anyone else need healing?
I'm still pretty beat up.
All right.
think we both are.
I've got one spell slot left, so
I really need my bow.
hey, Fletch, have some more goodies. Cure wounds? Cure wounds? Let's do cure wounds. Boop. Boop. 9.
9, okay.
Well,
What do we do? Also, I'm sorry. I misspoke.
This is a real John on the bridge with the shotgun moment.
Not again.
well, we're in quite a bind now. Picor, don't worry, we'll get you out soon. We just have to
You look
not die.
towards the cell where the scrawny human was, and he's nowhere to be seen.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Is it open or?
No.
Where did he go?
If there's another way out through his cell, we should probably take it rather than.
His cell faces the opening. If you were to step up to it, you would be visible to whomever may be looking into the opening.
Hey, is it Leth?
Name's Leth.
You're-
Leth Kelly. I feel like we're gonna die.
You're I don't know who you are. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, while Eddie ruminates over his varying levels of guilt, we'll take a short break here as it's a good halfway point in the session. Also, I have to ask, does somebody have a Hoover on in the background?
I do hear the Hoover.
See, I asked that too.
I got it.
So yeah, that would
Okay. Are we all Gucci
Yeah.
Not Gucci, but
for the last
ready as
5
we'll ever
minutes
be.
of the campaign?
Yeah.
Were
Okay.
we all good? I mean, this is fitting in an. If I get crossbowed to death, that's very fitting considering
Considering
I put those.
how you killed everyone,
Yeah.
like first episode.
in the original in the beginning. Yeah,
Yep.
That is true, yeah. You are
it's a very
savage.
fitting end for me.
I'm gonna die like Boromir. Just
Okay. Right. We're back. Oh, God. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna call out for Picoa. Picky. I'm gonna call him Picky. Pico. All right,
Picky.
Pico. Pico. Where'd you go? Pico.
There is no response from within inside his cell.
Oh, that little shite. Oh, let me out. Meanwhile, he's gone and snuck off somewhere. So now what do we
Just as
do?
a thought, he could have been a spellcaster, made himself invisible.
Perhaps.
Just a thought. He could still be in there. Like Fletch suggested, there could be a hidden passageway. Who knows?
I don't think we have much options at this point, so I think we have to try to get into that cell.
Well, I agree. Why don't we check all the other cells for hidden passages first?
Well, we need the key, so let's have a look at these guys and see if we could do anything here. Anyone else got any bright ideas while I look? I would like to search the guards.
Well, Dorothea,
Yes.
while you're searching the guards, why don't you go ahead and make me a perception check?
16.
16, yeah, okay, I'd say that you can see it. Just like a few feet along the wall from you in one of the sort of dark crevices near the bottom, you see that there's a rat just sitting there kind of keeping an eye on you.
Oh, what do you want? Shoot. Go away. Dirty
Rat
little critter.
seems to cock its head towards you for a moment before scurrying out into the open, and you see the form shift and blur in front of you until a large grey humanoid with no facial features to speak of except these large glossy black eyes and smooth skin over sinewy muscle. He stands about 7 feet tall, and he looks down at you and goes, "Hello, I am Picot. I am sorry to have deceived you earlier, but it seems as though we are now in some degree of trouble as a whole."
Hello, nice to meet you again. What's with the fancy shape shifting?
He looks down towards you and simply says, "Please don't be alarmed by my appearance. Many react in a hostile nature to my kind. I am what you would call a doppelganger, but I promise you I mean no harm." And with this, he blurs once again back into the raggedy human with the loincloth that you met originally.
Huh.
So his clothing
Sorry,
shifted?
obvious question. Why didn't you do that before?
Well, the answer is simple. There are a lot of mages and sorcerers amongst the ranks of the Duragar, and they would almost certainly recognize if I tried to make an escape. As soon as they saw I was not in my cage, I imagine they would have searched for me, and I am one to try and avoid death, I think.
So
Huh.
you're choosing to look like that right now instead of the big, intimidating alternate self.
Correct. What you saw prior is my natural form.
All right,
I feel
so
like that would be better.
Do you at least
Perhaps,
put more
although
clothes on?
I have been attacked on sight many times. With this, he looks towards you, Leth, and he goes, "Unfortunately, I cannot manifest physical belongings. I was given the loincloth when captured."
The cogs are turning in Eddie's head here, and he goes,
Well, Eddie, what are you
I'm-
thinking about? What are you thinking about?
well, if the man could doppelgang into one of the guards, put the guard's armor on, walk us out of there.
Before you speak, he looks towards you and he goes, "That thought had occurred to me as well. However, again, if we came near any device that could detect my true form, it would mean death for us."
True.
So, new friends. You guys have a plan, right?
Well, I had a plan, and then somebody had to go and run his mouth.
I really should just shut up some days.
Yes.
Proud. I was really hoping you guys would help me get out of here. Well,
You know, if we put our heads together, we can find a way out of here. So we could try to impersonate a guard. That's probably not going to work. It could get us past the line of archers that we've heard outside. And beyond there, we just kind of hope that the rest of the fortress hasn't gotten wind that the surface dwellers have killed things. Yes.
Hey, I have an idea. So, you're of similar stature to these guards.
Oh,
How strong
You remind
would you
me
say
of a
you
friend.
are?
Friend of mine.
How strong would you say you are?
Shall we have an arm wrestling contest? What kind of question is
No.
that?
Do you think that you could pick up one of the armors and use that as like a shield? Right? A nice U-sized shield. Kind of like, if you're strong enough, kind of bum rush to them, maybe hopefully knocking some of them down. We'd be right behind you, of course. And then we scatter their line. Look, okay, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I'm not used to dealing with like people in the open. I'm more of a silent at night kind of guy. So I'm just spitballing here.
So there are currently 8 of us. One of them can be the doppelganger. Let's just go down the list here. Doppelganger could become one of the guards. Dorothea could technically, if she really needed to, wear some of the guards' armor and pretend to be one. Not a great idea, but it's an option. I can make 3 people invisible. We're short a couple at this point.
You can do what, Eddie?
Yeah, wait, what?
Yeah, I've been kind of fumbling through my notebook and getting a little better at the arcane arts. Again, privateer, didn't have a whole lot of time for magic, but now that I have some time, starting to learn some stuff. Problem is I can only do it to 2 of you, and then I still have the potion that the Duragar drank back when we captured the other son.
With this, Peko looks towards you, Eddie, and he says, I find your planning most admirable, but I'm afraid I must point out that the Duragar tend to speak to each other in Undercommon, which is not a language I speak.
Hey.
So, okay. I'm new to this group here. But those 2 dudes over there, pretty big. This one, I pointed at the Darmok. This one technically took out 3 of them. Make them invisible. They go behind enemy lines at the same time. Dorothea picks up one of these things and plows through. And then bada bing, bada boom, we've crushed their lines. We've done, I think, a route.
Problem with that, and I agree, but the problem with that is when we got down here, we saw like, I don't know, 8, 9 guards sitting in that tower, plus whoever was working the forge, plus a bunch of weird mushroom beings. Who knows if they'll be hostile if we start attacking. Like, I'm just, there has to be a way to be able to get out of here without aggression, says the guy who started the aggression.
Look, all I know is killing. If you need me to help killing, I'm good at that.
Did I find anything useful on the guards' bodies?
I don't like what I'm seeing on this map.
Yeah, like whatever I just saw there.
Make me an investigation check and don't worry about it.
21.
So, kind of rummaging through these guards' bodies, you don't really find anything useful. You do find keys to the cell. It turns out that each one had a keyring with keys to the cell on it, but you don't really find anything useful. What you do is you learn a little bit more about just kind of how far gone these Duragar were. They are almost like a hybrid of man and machine at this point. And I'll say with the 21, you're not entirely sure that you could remove this armor if you wanted to. It seems to be crafted, almost like augmetically enhancing the Duragar themselves, and you get a real, while not expert of the arcane by any means, Dorothea, you still get a real sense of sort of evil coming from whatever these things have been turned into. They almost do just look like innocuous shock troopers or heavily armored soldiers at first, but upon further inspection, they're quite disturbingly crafted.
All right. I will relay this information to the party and be like, well, I don't think there's any chance of me lifting these fellas up because they're quite gosh darn heavy. I can't get it off.
I crushed one of their armors as well, so we realistically only have 2, even without that. The crossbows are probably the biggest problem for us because we can't even look out there.
I mean,
traditionally a problem when it comes to living.
Yeah.
Should we try reasoning with them, perhaps? It's not going to help us at all, is it?
We just murdered.
Well, they
I
don't
don't think
know
we
that.
can talk. I don't think we could talk a way out of it.
I think there's a door. Sorry, that was out of character. But out of character, like there's like just a door on the floor, right?
No.
No.
Didn't what's his name rip it
crushing
off?
his thing off it? Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's a
Sorry. I thought you
gate.
meant there's like a trapdoor. Yeah, no, there is a detached gate from Fearless's cell.
We could
But it's
make
not
a
like
shield.
it's not a solid door. It's like bars. You understand?
Yeah, it's like bars.
Just yeet it down the hallway.
That's not a bad
If it
idea.
makes you feel better, you can throw the door.
We do have those glowing orbs that bard gave us to go on this mission.
Do you have some drift globes? That's true.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I got one.
What if we
So-
throw that down the hallway to distract them, and then 3 of us that are invisible try to disarm them of those crossbows?
I remember there being, I'm going to assume 8, 9, 12 guards in those towers. He keeps bringing more of them on. I'm a little worried.
Who's this he you speak of?
Our evil overlord.
Mr. Derek Vergar. Yes.
My question is, could we? I'm not going to say hold out because that doesn't work. We got nowhere to go. The question still asks, Pico, do you know of any other way to get out? I know that seems weird to ask you, but
You see, he kind of has an open tooth grin and he goes, I'm afraid if I knew of any ways to get out, I likely wouldn't be here.
Can you do that shapeshifty thing? I will.
To an extent, yes.
You think you could like go back into the mouse form and just like peek your tiny little head around the corner, just see if you can get an idea of how many.
I could. However, they can see I'm not in my cell, and I fear any movement may provoke a crossbow bolt.
I think we should do the arm thing.
I'm going to put my sword, not my hand, obviously. I'm going to kind of like peek my sword out. Just like, back against the wall, peek the sword out.
You just sticking your sword around the corner. And nothing happens.
They don't shoot at the sword.
No.
Ooh, is your sword shiny?
I mean,
is it
it's sharp,
shiny?
but not shiny. Sure. No.
Not shiny? Oh, you're useless. All right, who's got the shiniest weapon? Darmok.
I do have the extra shiny medallion of Izar's.
No,
We might
trying
be
to see
able to.
around the corner just to see how many there are. Looking for a reflection or a mirror or something.
Well, we might be able to use that amulet.
Which one?
The amulet
one
is
that we
small
took-
and made of gold.
Yeah, that one.
I
that one
thought it
reflect.
was extra shiny. I thought it was like a. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I think I said it was silver earlier. Whoops, it is gold.
Okay.
I can't
Good
read,
enough.
so. I think I do pretty well for being illiterate, to be honest. So.
Maybe my axe is shiny. Can my axe be shiny, DM? Can I see?
want-
Not after
Can
you've
we-
stabbed a couple people.
Can we
Yeah,
just
I was
have
like,
a mirror?
Given what you've been doing, I'm going to go ahead and say no.
Frick. Okay.
Also, what kind of axe would act as a mirror anyway?
Just reflect. I can see. I don't know.
Shine the light at them, I guess.
Yeah. I just want to see how many there are and if they're staring at us. Which I assume they are.
Why don't you peek your head around?
I asked a mouse man to do it.
I think we should throw the orb down and try to rush them. Because at this point, the longer that we debate, the more guards could come here.
I mean, I have no idea what to do, so I'm up to try anything.
All right, let's try distraction tactics. Rush them.
So,
Try and get up close and
Holding the
personal and
shield
make
up.
their crossbows useless.
just to clarify,
Uh-huh.
because this could be an important moment
Yep.
in the scope of your party's history, unless a very short one, I would just like to clarify what your plans are. Your plans are to throw a drift globe around the corner, yell flashbang, and run at them.
Yeah, with Eddie going to make 3 of us invisible, I
Okay.
believe.
So,
So let's
Are
send
you
the
doing
let's send the
anything-
invisible ones out first, and then flashbang, because then they can. Yeah.
My problem with the invisibility, much like our wonderful new friend here said, is maybe they have some type of magical ward around the
We
corner
have-
that can see through it, right?
No
I'm
other
just-
chance, so we
Yeah,
have to
I-
go for it.
I know.
so are you doing? Because obviously, like details could matter here. So,
Mhm,
are you doing
okay.
anything else?
I am preparing
An
my
attack.
shield
Okay,
in front of my face
all
and
right.
body.
Actually, one thing, I will turn to Leth and say, you said you were better with a bow. Is that correct?
I prefer not to get up close and personal.
Can you wield a longbow?
I can. I'm not as well as a shorter one. Not exactly the strongest built gentleman, but I can.
Well, if I'm going to be one of the ones turned invisible, I'll be up close, so you can use this until the end, until the fight, if we survive it, that is. And I will hand Leth my longbow
Okay.
and quiver of arrows.
Cool.
At this point, seeing as he's next to you guys, Fearless does look up to you and go, if I'm to die, I'd rather do it with a bow or a blade in my hand. I refuse to wield. I'm praying that you do not know what this is, as he shakes the flail towards you, Eddie. Because I won't die with such a vile thing in my hand. If any of you could spare a blade of any kind, I would appreciate it and promise you I would try to earn its price.
I will give
Perhaps.
him my my short sword, since I'm going to be using the bow.
Cool. He willingly accepts your short sword and goes, "Thank you."
Cool. All right. So let's get them invisible. Sneak them
Okay,
out.
who's being turned
Yeah,
invisible?
who's going invisible?
I would assume me.
Should it be Darmok, or should it be Twisted Limb, or should it be?
Well, you said there's going to be multiple. I'm also going to use 3 of points on lay of hands on myself.
Okay.
I hope I don't get hit at all in this fight.
I'm gonna hit her.
Connor's just like, yep. So yeah, the biggest, meatiest of them. Let's make them invis,
Yeah.
and then
What,
send them out.
Me, Darmok, and Twisted Limb.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
All right.
So
do your thing, Joe.
what are you guys planning to do once you're invisible?
Just play this out in our heads.
We're gonna have one of them, I guess, chuck one of the glowy orbs, and then while they're distracted with that, we're gonna like run forward.
Assuming they're distracted by it.
Yeah, this is
So
fine.
where are the invisible people going? Is what I'm asking.
Oh, we're gonna go probably around wherever the guards are. Like, so I think
You
like,
should peek.
one on the
first.
left, one on the right. Well, yes, but like I'm assuming they're all ready there with the crossbows. So I'm one
So
on.
you're now. We'll say you're now invisible. Are you going around the corner? Because I will reveal what you can see to you if you are.
Yes, I am going around the corner.
I will chuck the globe when
Chuck the globe when we're.
I'll do a countdown in my head, like 10
Okay, so
seconds. I'll give you
as
10
you-
seconds to do the thing.
As you go around the corner, invisible, you can move yourselves freely at this point.
Okay, here we go.
I say, are you sneaking as well? Because bear in mind, you're invisible, but you still make sound, I believe. John, can you check invisibility for that?
Issue just becomes visible to the end of the spell. Anything the target is wearing and carrying is invisible as long as it's in the target's person. The spell ends for if that thing attacks or casts the spell. That's all it says.
Okay, so you still make noise when you move.
This is gonna not go.
I'm gonna taunt them.
As you round the corner,
round in the corner anyway.
you can see that there are 10 Durgar guards with crossbows held in both hands leveled at the opening, and one that seems to be perhaps in charge, wielding a mace, keeping an eye on the corridor opening. As you round the corner, they do not seem to react. So it's Darmok, Twisted Limb, and Fletch, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll put you guys out in front. So, what exactly would you like to do? Bear in mind, if you go any closer than where you are now, I will require you to make a stealth roll, I'll say.
Well, we can't really talk because they'll hear us.
Yeah, bear in mind, you don't know where each other is at this point.
Is there a gap so that we could get behind them, or is their line pretty?
Their line's pretty. They have lined up to hold the gap. I'll also say the others in the jail corridor, you can't see this. You don't know what's happening.
Okay. Do we know how long Dorothea is gonna take to like throw?
She said it was 10 seconds, right?
I'll give you like 10 seconds. So you get into position, and then I'm gonna chuck it.
Okay.
I hate this.
So
I hate this. I can just see this going
staring
so
down the barrel, man.
You know what? Darmok would wait for the roll for the orb.
Okay. So Dorothea, so what are you doing with this drift globe? Are you peeking around the corner and chucking it at them? Are you rolling it along the floor?
I'm gonna throw it up in the air to try and get them to like lift their bows.
Okay. So you're just like, are you throwing it like across the passageway?
Yeah.
Okay. So
This way?
yeah.
Good shot.
So you throw the drift globe up in the air.
Catch this!
In a sort of looping arc, just down the passageway, I assume.
Yeah, just towards them, so like as high
so
as
to the invisible trio of you, you see this
and then that.
You see this small glass globe thunk into the wall, thunk to the floor, and begin loudly rolling away. The Durgar seem largely nonplussed. A couple of them kind of quickly flinch their bows down towards it when it lands. But they seem to quickly realize, I mean, this thing isn't even activated. They seem to quickly realize that this is a rock, essentially.
Wait, no, I want it to be in lighting.
You didn't turn it on. So you see this, you see this rock
Dorothea
just thunk to the floor and roll off. And it kind of like comes to a stop by the steps of one of the stairs. But other than a few twitchy responses from the Durgar, they seem to be largely nonplussed.
Okay. Darmok sees this, it just kind of just lets out an internal sigh. And he's gonna I'm gonna try to move.
Okay.
And try to stealthily go into this corner.
Stealth roll, please.
Okay.
This is gonna go well.
Sorry, I have a 0. It's so bad.
Do you have a disadvantage?
19?
You have disadvantage because of your armor type?
Okay, yes, yeah, that's true. It's 15.
Okay, with a 15, I would say, Darmok, that you just about manage to get... Bear in mind, the Durgar on the stairs is like a few feet up from you, because he's obviously on a rising staircase. But you do manage to just about creep into that corner. But I will say that you are not... Like, you couldn't attack the Durgar on those stairs.
Okay.
He is above you. So.
Okay.
All right.
I'll let everyone else move.
Do we have any more drift globes?
We do, actually. We have 2 drift globes.
Oh, cool. Do I turn it on and throw it? Oh, God, no.
Oh, this is a calamity.
A drift globe emits like a bright light, but it's not a flashbang.
I know. I was hoping it would be.
There is flash powder, but you don't have any of that.
Yeah, I don't know that. I still have my spiritual weapon going, right? How long does that
it last
last?
for a minute? It would have gone by now.
Shit balls. How do I remove it from here?
I'll still do it. There you go.
Thanks.
You could always recast it if you had the spell slots.
I don't
Man,
have
this would
any
be great if
more
I was a
spell
Sork right now. I'd have so much cool magics to do.
Justin, that's just you every turn.
I know. I want to cast spells.
What is
We're looking down the barrel of a gun at this point.
Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah.
Look at all the whelps. Let's go collect all the whelps.
All right. What is
Least
Just Twisted
Fathead
Limb
Chicken.
doing?
what is Twisted Limb and
Yeah,
Fletch
I'll
do?
also need to move a bit closer. So do you want me, I was going to move there.
Go ahead, stealth check.
13.
13, you nearly scuff your foot a couple of times, feeling very fortunate for how you do. And you manage to, again, tuck in to that alcove around the corner. Now, I will leave Twisted Limb where he is, because remember, he's invisible, and you don't know what he's doing.
Okay.
Okay. So all of the crossbows are just
Leveled at the entrance at the moment.
Sorry, dear Lord.
Okay.
Well, I guess we don't know it, but I was going to say if their crossbows are akimbo, that means they can fire them off, but then they have to like reload them somehow. But I
That's
don't
how
know.
a crossbow
If-
works.
And if I were to use an action, it disengages the invisibility,
Yeah.
correct?
Casting a spell or attacking, basically.
Yeah,
breaks
spell or
the
attacking,
invisibility.
yes.
Okay.
Also, I'd like to ready the fact that if I feel my concentration break on somebody, I yell banana bread to the rest of the party.
Okay, very well. Wait. John, didn't you say you used the last of your spell slots when you cast Mage Armor?
My first levels, yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay.
You can
Oh,
still
yeah, second
cantrip,
level.
right?
It's not a cantrip, it's like a second level, I think,
Second level.
invisibility. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'm counting.
Okay, good. It's like your invisibility drops. Have fun.
Shit!
Darmok's kind of looking at the entrance to see if anyone else is doing anything. Well, and there's kind of like just a dead silence.
It would be interesting just to wait. I know that sounds
Yeah.
ridiculous, but
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, you're already there. But
We can't talk. The invisibility.
I mean, you can.
Oh yeah.
definitely could, yeah.
Good.
We gotta do that.
I have no idea what to do.
Okay.
Fuck.
This is Melvar the Magnificent all over again.
A big part of me really just wants to like
I know.
knock
just
an
go.
arrow and just like run.
Yeah.
Try and drive by it.
Nice.
I mean,
Okay. And Darmok's gonna think to himself. He's gonna grip the amulet that he knows is there. And thinking of Izar. And he's gonna move over.
oh god, I'm quite
He's gonna-
useless. Don't do
I
anything.
know.
Don't do anything.
He's gonna. Don't do anything.
Don't-
I mean,
He doesn't know what you guys are doing. Like he
It's
threw the
crossbows,
globe,
right?
and it's
Yeah,
it's,
no. Oh wait, hang on. Okay, it's crossbows, right? So they have to reload.
Yes.
That's how a crossbow tends to work, yes.
Okay, so there's gonna be a brief moment where you can hopefully hit them.
Mm-hmm. But we need them to use their stuff first.
Yes. So Dorothea is going to walk out into the corridor
Fucking hell.
Lord.
Oh,
You're
and
going to
try
walk
by
out into the
some time.
corridor.
Yes.
What
I
are you
can-
doing as you walk out into the corridor?
All right, you little bastards. If you want us, come and get us.
Seems like a terrible idea.
Okay.
It's the goblins all over again.
As you do that, and I'm not going to initiate combat for this yet. We'll see what happens. But
Okay.
as you do that, the 8 Duragar who can see you fire their heavy crossbows towards you. And those rolls are as follows.
Please, please.
1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1.
A 19.
That hits.
A 21.
That hits.
A 21.
That hits.
A 22.
That hits.
A 22.
That also hits.
A 7. Okay.
That doesn't hit.
A 17.
That hits.
No.
And a 19.
Cool.
So you take 1, 2, 3, 4,
Seven
5,
of them.
6, 7 crossbow bolts. They strike you almost simultaneously, I will say.
Take your dead.
And I'm just going to roll the damage for those. So that's 7. So
It's past damage, right? If you to die.
yeah,
I mean-
hang on. So that's 21,
Well,
28.
technically, it's supposed to be like one instance. I don't know.
I mean, basically hits you simultaneously.
No. Dorothea, how much health do you currently have?
40.
You have 40 health. You're on max health? Wow, nice. Yeah, you take 59 piercing damage as you are immediately felled. Now, I have to count the sequential damage here, so give me a moment. Oh, yeah, okay, no, I did roll them right. Okay. Okay, so you are knocked to the floor with 2 arrows impacting you once you've lost consciousness, resulting in 2 automatic death saving throws.
Cool.
Failures, obviously. So you mark 2 failures on your death save as you are hit out and immediately begin bleeding out profusely. Now, because we're not necessarily in combat, what I am going to say is I would like you to make another saving throw to see if you are immediately killed, as you have just been impacted by 7 crossbow bolts.
That's a 9.
That's a fail.
No.
Dorothea, with your failure of a death saving throw, you just can't hang on through the trauma of the bolts striking you, and all of you in the corridor, and you try to twist to get a look, both Darmok and Fletch. You see as Dorothea steps out to cause a distraction visibly with the taunting, and just gets peppered with bolts and falls down dead.
Oh, Darmok's going. Oh, he's going. All
this
right.
is gonna
Banana bread
end
time.
so well.
Yeah, no. Darmok's going out right into them. We're going to.
Okay, well, if you're doing okay, I imagine a lot of people have reactions that they want to take. You will absolutely be allowed to cleave your fury, but
and screaming, invisible screaming.
At this point, because people are obviously going to take action, let's kick into combat and let's roll some initiative. So if you want to add
Still
yourself
standing back
turn
here.
timers,
then
yeah,
I'll
you can
do
move
this.
yourself to wherever you actually are, of course.
I feel like we would have at least been by the corridor.
Then, well, I'll just do it. Oh,
For
that one.
fuck, boys.
Oh my
Jesus,
God.
they rolled so well. Woof.
Whistle him with a 6.
I hope you have a nice little and that was the end of the party. Everybody died. 10 towns is destroyed.
All Eddie's fault.
I
all
actually, if you guys do die, because I knew it was a possibility in the fortress, I'm not saying you will, by the way. You totally can survive this, but if you do all die, I do actually have a plan for how we'll reintroduce the second party. So don't worry. I have a cunning plan. But anyway, it's gonna be like, so you look at the other jail cells and there's 5 people.
What idiots that lot were.
I can't believe she just ran out. All right. Does everybody have a turn added?
Oh, this is awful. I hate this.
Okay. Yes, you all have a turn added. So top of the round, Mr. Fletch, take it away.
Scream.
Break. Sitting in the corner invisible is an
Oh,
option.
sorry, my microphone was muted. Is the guy on the staircase within range of me? Can I hit him with my greatsword?
Yeah,
a big boy.
Given the you're like 7 feet tall. I'd say that you could probably swing for it. Sure, why not?
I shall break my invisibility to swing at him with my greatsword.
Okay.
Natural 20.
You certainly hit him.
12.
Okay. Sure. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Nat. One.
Well,
Rolled a 1. And
What
no,
what
one.
terrible crit.
you managed to land a really clean strike on his leg with a deep slash going into his thigh, but Yeah, I mean, from your vantage point, it's hard to land like a crushing blow, but still a good strike nonetheless. And he cries out in pain and surprise, and half the Duergar wheel around to see you. You see their wild eyes and grisly beards begin to curl into ferocious snarls as they realize that there's a prison break attempt occurring.
Can I do whatever I can to tuck myself into the staircase and like hide from as many, like take as much cover as I can?
Yeah. I say that you can take at least partial cover there. Absolutely. Okay.
Pog. That is my
Leth,
turn.
you're up. Justin,
What's up, baby?
any percent speedrun dying in a D&D campaign? Let's go.
Oh yeah.
35 minutes. Let's go.
Just like if you die, I'm so sorry.
He has 1 HP, if I recall.
Oh, fuck you. Oh my god, he is.
What would you like to do, Justin?
So, if possible, I'd like to do something weird.
Oh, weird is more than welcome.
Is
What do you
weird
want to do?
effective?
So essentially, like I wanna take the dash action and kind of like drive by them. I have advantage because of assassinate, but I
True.
figure like taking disadvantage for the drive-by-ness would equal out to a normal just shot
Okay.
as I like run, essentially like running from one corner
One
to
side
the
to
other.
the other. Yeah.
Oh, I see. So you
Yeah.
want to not expose yourself at any point.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just want to be like,
Um,
"Ah!"
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say. Yeah, I mean, you have assassinate because they haven't acted, right?
Correct.
Yeah, you can do it with advantage. That's fine.
Okay, cool.
You're just moving and shooting. That's fine.
Okay, cool. I was
Move and shoot.
Yeah, that's cool.
gonna move and shoot with a good old fashioned longbow. 17.
17 hits.
Thank you,
Nice.
advantage.
Which one are you shooting at? Are you just shooting a
I'm
general?
I'm essentially shooting like towards the
All right.
one that's most.
This
in
one,
front.
this one at the front. Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
one who's head on. Yep.
Yeah.
You catch him under his armor. You can see it go in. As even in your like rapid fire running past, you can see the shot land and know that you did some damage.
Cool. I
Did
did.
you
I
hear,
did 7.
Angry Scottish cry of pain. Ah! That's what Craig
That'll be
sounds
my
like.
very
Yeah.
afraid turn.
All right. Anything else? Eddie, you're up.
Yeah, the best I'm gonna do is basically peek around this corner and chuck a firebolt at them.
Okay.
Same one, the closest one to kind of the view that I'd be able to see.
All right.
I rolled a 10.
Doesn't hit, I'm afraid. It soars over the head as your somewhat fearful demeanor makes you a bit inaccurate.
Yeah, and I'm going to give as much cover to myself on this wall as possible.
Okay. Turn of the Duergar. So, the
Oh no, Craig.
Duergar.
Oh no.
Peace out.
Well, let's see. What are the Duergar going to do? All right. So, the Duergar are. Sorry, I was checking rules on something. Okay. So, the Duergar are going to, well, the back line, the 6 that you can see here, are going to take a couple of steps back as they are reloading their crossbows as they move, and they're going to drop to a knee again, and they're going to fire out at who they can see. So, Craig, I'd say that you're pretty well obscured at this point.
Nice.
I'd say that you've hunkered down. I mean, there is the Duergar on top of you. You've hunkered down to the point where it would seem like almost a foolish shot for many of these Duergar to take aim at you. So. We'll go half and half. 3 of them are going to shoot towards Twisted Limb, who they have the clearest shot of, and that is going to be a.
Do they see Twisted
Isn't
Limb?
he invisible,
He's invisible.
still?
He's broke his invisibility by
Oh.
running towards them. But yeah, we'll get to
I
that in
see.
a minute.
That's
Actually, it
fine.
hasn't been his turn yet, so you're right. He's not visible yet. So yeah, okay. Well, good job, Darmok. They're all shooting at you.
I'm also still invisible, I think.
Have you not broken your invisibility either?
I don't have. I rolled a 1, so I haven't gone in.
Ah, okay. That's a good point. You did roll a 1. Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, they actually can't see anyone. Okay, interesting. The only person that some of them can see is you, Fletch. So the 2 on the left are going to take shots at you, but you will have partial cover for this. And those are 14 and 18.
How much?
Have a-
What is partial cover?
Yeah, +2 to your AC.
Okay, well the 18 hits.
Okay, so the 18 hits you for 9 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
But the rest are, yeah, they're just going to drop to a knee aiming. And seeing as these guys can see you, this one's going to move up here and it's going to take a swing at you with its war pick. That's a 23.
Jesus.
It's a 19 it rolled. And that is 4 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And this one's going to run up beside you as well.
Oh, heavens above.
You're the only person that they can see. And there's going to take a swing. That's a 21.
Jesus Christ.
That is 5 points of piercing damage.
Can you stop rolling everything 15 and higher? That'd be great. Thanks.
Yeah, these rolls are insane. Okay. And then the one on top of you is going to swing down with its war pick. Okay, for a 7. So that doesn't.
Haha! I would like to riposte.
Hey, he did it.
It's like getting mashed by war picks. You're like, haha, riposte.
So I can use my reaction to expend a superiority die to make a melee weapon attack. So I will swing in with my great sword. So it's a non-natural 20.
That certainly hits.
So it's 8, and then I also roll a superiority die. So
Go on.
it's
The
12 points of
riposte
damage.
damage.
So close. You hack at him again, and you see this time you strike a similar area in his thigh, and you can see that you nearly just slice through the bone, but it does jar, and he drops to one knee, bleeding profusely, but he is still alive.
Son of a bitch.
All right, it's the turn of Twisted Limb. You hear an unearthly battle roar come out of him, and he is going to charge this Duragar on the left-hand side of the line and take a mighty swing with his axe. And that is going to be for a 9, which doesn't hit.
Fuck.
What about Fearless?
However, you see him unleash Furious Battle Cry as he swings again. And he rolls a nat 1. So his axe crashes into the ground, unable
This is
to
not what
make
I meant by
contact.
rolling less than a 15.
I was like, I get to action surge as a DM. Oh, never mind. All right. Darmok, you and your
wait, what
invisible
about
self
Fearless?
are up.
Yeah.
Fearless is at
Pico.
the back and not acting yet, and Pico is very definitively not acting.
Okay.
Got it.
Shit.
Great. All right. Well, can I move over here without I'm just gonna be screaming. I'm assuming they're all down on me. I'm gonna run over, kind of breaking invisibility.
Technically, you're still invisible, but yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. I was like, I get there, and then okay. So I'm gonna try to use breath weapon this time.
Okay.
So
That's a good lineup for a breath
It's a
weapon.
great.
I know, isn't it? So everyone has in a 15-foot cone. They have to make Constitution saving throws.
So that would be the first 3. Oh, no, the first 4. Wait.
Four.
Yeah. Isn't
First
it 1 and
four.
then 3, 3, 3?
Yeah, so
Or is
it'd be
it
the
one?
first 3 because there's
Okay,
3
first-
in a line in front of you.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless I'm mistaken. I think I'm right. Okay.
I don't know if it's next. And then...
Yeah, I think John's right with the 3. So I think it's
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So all right. So would you say it's a dexterity saving throw?
Constitution.
Constitution saving throw. Okie dokie. So we'll go from you outwards. The first one is a 9. The second one is a 15, and the third one is a 7. So
Okay, the second one passes it, so it takes half damage.
okay.
So it is 2d6. So
You can either roll 1 for all of them or 1 for each. It's up to you.
that sounds more fun. So I'll do the first one got an 8, so it
Okay,
just
so he takes 8 points of damage.
6. The second one takes 4 because it's halved,
Okay.
and the third one takes 11.
Oh.
Nice.
So your breath
Just
seems
imagine a
to
lightning bolt.
grow in ferocity as it roars out. And you're a white dragon, so it'd be lightning, I believe, correct?
Cold damage.
It would be cold damage. You're right.
Yeah,
So
cold
yeah, you can see this frosty breath just roar out, growing in intensity as it goes, and you see the rime and almost immediate frostbite set in the gnarled features of these Duragar, and each one of them roars out in pain as it washes over them. It's quite a devastating effect to witness.
And he's grumbling. You can in between the breath, you can hear a "How dare you!" in a very deep, cold, scary, and there's kind of fog coming out of his
Nice.
breath from it.
Like a fog machine that's just been turned off, just spilling out.
Just like Craig. It's perfect.
Vape machine.
Hey.
Nailed it.
All right, speaking of Craig, anything else?
That's my turn.
Fletch, you're up.
I will swing at the one that I nearly killed with my greatsword.
Okay.
A 16.
16 hits, and I'll just tell you now, you kill him.
Nice.
Hey!
You hack the leg off entirely, and he rolls off the back end of the stairs, just bleeding and crying.
One
and he
of
is
10.
very much so dead.
And then I've got nothing else, so
You're a
think
bit
I'm-
trapped in a corner.
I think I'm about to die, but we'll see.
There are other options. Just throwing them out there.
That is my turn.
Leth, it is your turn.
So I play mages constantly. A lot of spells to juggle. Usually it's
Accurate.
sorcerer, so it's usually sorcerer points. You think the rogue would be super simple. I forgot the sneak attack last time. Whatever. I'm so mad at myself.
We need anything.
I know. All right, I'm gonna go like here. Is this able to see the Durgar that are harassing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Darmok, yeah. Wait, sorry, are you
Flash.
the ones that... Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Give
yeah,
it to
why not?
him, Connor.
I
Don't
said
you?
yeah, you can give it to him. You can have it. You can have it.
Okay. No advantage. Just normal shot. Make it count.
One shot.
I wish
If only
I
it
wish
had
I
advantage.
I wish I had advantage. I rolled an 11.
11 does not hit, I'm afraid, as your arrow
We're so
skids across the floor.
I'll bonus action to hide.
How are you hiding, Justin?
I'm doing the Skyrim squat.
That's not allowed. How are you hiding? You cannot press control and go invisible in this campaign, I'm afraid.
I'm just gonna like put my back up against this wall, I guess.
Okay, sure. All right, Eddie, you're up.
Sorry, I was muted.
The little eye
all
appears
right.
above you.
Yeah, can I see this guy on the stairs?
Yes.
I will throw a firebolt at that guy. If you haven't noticed, I'm out of spells.
Yeah, you are a little bit, aren't you?
20! Oh my god, I actually hit something.
20 hits.
Ooh.
Whack! 9 damage!
Yeah,
And
I
it's
mean,
fire
it-
damage.
Your firebolt makes contact, and you can see it singe away almost like half the beard and bite into the flesh before dissipating. And once again, a gruntled cry comes out. But it is just a firebolt, I'm afraid.
Unfortunately, it's not the ball version, so I'm just gonna end my turn.
Okay. It's the turn of the Duragar. All right, so let's start out from the top. The one here is going to swing at you with his war pick, Craig. For 21,
It's
Jesus.
for 3 points of piercing damage.
I'm not down yet.
And the one below him is going to swing at you with his war pick for a natural 1, so it certainly doesn't hit.
I'm gonna repulse again.
Nice!
So it's an 11. I don't
Doesn't
hit.
hit, I'm afraid. He parries your riposte with his war pick. All right, let's move on to the left-hand side. This one on the stairs, that is lowest to the stairs, is Eddie. Now, I'm going to assume you dipped back behind the wall after firing.
Yeah,
your
I've just been going, fa.
Okay, sure thing. So this one that's on the stairs is going to fire towards you, Fletch, with the crossbow. And that is a 18 to hit.
That hits.
Jeez. For 10 points of piercing damage.
I'm down.
Oh,
Fletch is
shit.
on the floor. And after that, it's actually going to move down and move towards to join the ranks of the central Duragar line. However, this one that was seemingly in charge is going to descend from the stairs. And how far can his little legs carry him? Well, not that far. But he is going to start chasing up towards you, Eddie, after seeing the
please.
firebolt come flying out. Now, the two next to Twisted Limb are going to engage in combat with him, both swinging war picks that are 6 and a 15. 15 hits, so Twisted Limb takes some damage. All right, and in the middle of the line, these two are going to kind of fan backwards in a way. Now, how far can these guys move? Let me just check. They can move through this thing. So, okay. So they're going to fan backwards towards here. And this one is actually going to move up to surround you, Darmok.
Great.
And the two down here are going to fire crossbows at you, which is... okay, that's a 12 and an 8. So both bolts just slam into your shield. as no damage is dealt. But then the two in melee with you are going to all of a sudden seem to growl in an almost guttural tone. And you see almost like dark purple energy radiate over them as they grow in size until
Come on, man!
they stand barely a hair's breadth shorter than you. And they're going to swing at you with their war picks, which have grown alongside them. Fuck, jeez.
No,
you know, it's bad in the
You
DM.
can't
It's just
lie.
like, fuck.
I'm not going to lie. For a 20 and a 21.
What the fuck?
both hit.
Unreal. Okay. And the first one will deal 8 points of piercing damage, and the second will deal 11 points of piercing damage.
I'm down.
Oh,
As
fuck.
Darmok falls to the floor.
We're all dead.
And
It's just going to be twisted limb. Everyone else is going to be dead.
with
Oh, fearless powers are.
yeah, okay. Well, that's actually that's all of them, I believe, have taken their turn. This one fell back. Those two fought. Yeah, okay. So that's the end of the turn. Is Twisted Limb's turn. Fearless is going to run forwards to engage the oncoming Duragar with a short sword, and he's going to roll that attack. Okay, he gets a hit.
Don't roll
For
like
8
ass.
points of slashing damage. So he cuts a deep gash across the Duragar's chest. And Fearless is going to swing his great axe once again at the main Duragar he's fighting. For a 21,
Whack 'em.
that's better. And for 12 points of slashing damage, so he lands a deep, heavy cut across the Duragar, but not enough to fell them. Darmok, death saving throw, please.
Oh, that's right. So I just roll a d20, right?
Yes.
Get better than
12.
a 10.
Mark of success. 10 or above is a success. 9 or
Great.
below is a failure.
Okay.
And 1 is a double failure, and 20, you instantly revive yourself. Okay. Fletch, death saving throw, please.
17.
Hey.
Mark of
Nice.
Oh,
success.
he used the actual button. Nice.
Yeah, and now I know what to do. Okay.
Left. Your turn.
Fearless is technically in my way.
You can get
That's
past him.
You
No, I
just
meant in
walk
terms of
for
just, like,
Dorothea's
shooting
body.
past him. This is a terribly dangerous situation, but if my allies all die, I'm probably going to die too. So, left to the rescue. We're gonna bonus action disengage, so we can go. Let's see. 10. That's a 10. 20. Ay. 30. Kind of on steps. Potentially a terrible idea, but that's all I got.
Put yourself
So-
up on a pedestal.
Yeah, you disengage fast, so you don't take an attack of opportunity. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I would like to shoot. Oh gosh. I'll shoot the one that I tried to shoot at last time, the one over by Fletch.
Sure. This one hit, just to be clear.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
If only this was Baldur's Gate, then I'd be able to get advantage from being high.
Yep.
Oh.
Nice.
That
That's a
one.
one. Yeah, I'm afraid that you don't
Yay.
really remember that you climbed up some stairs and the shot just sails feet over the Duragar's head.
Leth is going to end his turn and just question all of his life choices that led him to this place.
Eddie, you're up.
Knowing that this was all my fault, and seeing Fearless being fearless, I'm going to walk up to this boy and shocking grasp him. Now my question is he wearing metal armor?
He is.
Nice.
You have
So
advantage.
that doesn't. Oh, yay!
Natural 20. There we go.
Nice.
That's the first natural 20 I think I've ever rolled in D&D for an actual attack. Bop. That's 11,
11 points of
11
damage. Yeah, so
and he can't take reactions this turn.
Nice. So the lightning courses over and you can see it like tense up his muscles and like just start boiling him in his armor until it passes. And yeah, definitely he's standing a little less confidently after that.
Still standing.
All right.
And yeah, that's it for me, I guess.
Okay, it's the turn of the Duragar. So
If we're all dying together.
let's have a look. Yeah. This oh, what can they even see? Okay. They'd hear the shocking grass, why not? So These Duergar are going to stand away from Darmok, and all three of them are going to fire a crossbow bolt towards you, Eddie. Two of them are enlarged. So that is. I lost my Duergar sheet. There you go.
I mean,
That
you can roll
is-
20s. Of course they're going to.
Actually, it's a 5, a 15, and a 12.
15 hits.
Okay, the 15 deals 3 points of piercing damage. Is that
Excuse me.
you okay? 3
No,
points
I'm
of piercing
good.
damage.
Sorry,
Alright.
I sneezed there. I'm sorry.
That is those
yeah,
3 there.
I'm good.
The one here is going to run up to join its leader in combat. It's going to swing at you, Eddie, with a war pick for a 15.
That does hit.
6 points of piercing damage. The one here is going to run towards you, Leth, and swing at you with a war pick. You see a similar energy radiate over it beforehand as it grows in size, nearly doubling. And that is a... it's a 7 to hit. That's not going to hit. And then these two at the back are going to move up a step and fire crossbows towards you, Leth.
Oh.
And that is a... sorry, roll 20's been a little bit laggy for me. That is the natural 1 and then a 23.
All right.
23 hits, I assume?
Yeah, feel free to roll that damage.
That's 7 points of piercing damage.
He's
Oh,
only
cool.
got one
I'm
health.
not full dead.
You're down? Okay.
Just sleeping.
And then the next two in front of Twisted Limb, upon seeing one of them gravely wounded, they're both going to enlarge with the same bizarre energy washing over them. And they are going to make attacks with their war picks, which is a 12 and a 16. 16 hits for 14 points of piercing damage to Twisted Limb, who begins to have some deep gashes across his chest. Now, I believe... Oh, no. Sorry, the leader hasn't actually acted, have they? That's the last one remaining. So... sorry, there's a lot of Duergar here to keep track of. So the leader hasn't acted.
Oh,
No.
Also sad for you.
so sorry.
And who's this here? Oh, that's Fearless. Yeah, of course. So it's going to swing towards Fearless with its war pick for a natural 1. Wow, they were like a few natural 1s that round. So that does not land. Now, Fearless is going to strike back with a short sword attack that lands and is actually going to slash across the jugular of the leader, and they drop dead to the floor. So the seeming sergeant is no longer, and Twisted Limb once again going to strike out with the great axe, and that is a 22 that hits for and yeah, that Duergar in front of him also crumples into a heap dead. Darmok, death saving throw, please.
There you go, Connor. Less Duergar to deal with.
1 death.
6, that mark of failure, please.
Okay.
Fletch.
13.
13. Mark of success.
13.
Leth, you're up. You're down, actually. You're not up. Death saving throw. Mark of success.
16.
Eddie.
Shocking grasp. Shocking grasp. Is this guy wearing armor?
Eddie, with your passive perception, you can see the shaft with ladders in it, and the thought crosses your mind of running.
The thought does cross my mind. But isn't
Thought
it like
crossed my mind
way
too,
over
but,
here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd get through 7 Duergar, but
I'm just saying, with your passive perception, you see the shaft with ladders.
Seek it.
thank you. Yeah, does this Duergar happen to be wearing metal armor too?
Yep, they're all wearing like a mishmash of metal plates and chainmail.
Shocking grasp. 23.
That certainly hits.
Zap. 3 lightning damage, and he
Fortunately-
can't take reactions.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it for me. I was going to run in, but then that's just a death sentence at this point. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a death sentence regardless. So there you go.
Yeah, okay.
That's it for me, I guess.
It is the turn of the Duergar. The one in front of you, Eddie, is going to attack you back for the shocking grasp.
I hope so.
And that is going to be for a 6, so it doesn't hit. The ones around here are actually all going to focus on bringing Twisted Limb down. And so that is 5 firing their crossbows towards him.
Good lord.
Good luck, mate. That is 15, 12, natural 20, 18, and 22. Wow, okay, so 4 of them hit for 5, 6, Wow, okay, the natural 20 low rolled. For 5, 7. Okay. So Twisted Limb gets peppered with crossbow bolts, but remarkably is still standing after the attack.
Great job.
So
Twisted
the
Limb.
one next to him is going to attack enlarged with his war pick, which is a natural 1. Twisted Limb just angrily bats down the arm he's attacking with. The one behind him is going to run and attack, going to enlarge as well with the war pick. For a 9, Twisted Limb is pretty pissed at this point and bats it down as well. And yeah, I think that's actually all the Duragar have acted. Their numbers have been thinned a tiny bit. I don't think I'm missing any. All 5 of those shot. Okay, so we are on to the turn of Twisted Limb. He's in a blood rage at this point. He's gonna lash out once again with the great axe, the one to his right, for a natural 20. There he goes.
Ooh.
And then he rolls pathetically on the damage and deals 12 points of slashing damage.
Shit.
So, Twisted Limb lands a solid blow. Fearless is going to slash out at the one in front of you. Or he hits. And yep, he scores a deep cut across their side. Darmok, death saving throw, please.
Okay.
That's a success.
10. Okay.
Fletch.
Aw,
6.
That's
couldn't
if he
be all
nearly
3 in
got
a
up.
row.
All right. Leth, death saving throw, please. That's an 8, mark of failure.
Shit. I hate
And,
how quickly the turn timer's going. I hate this.
Yeah, it's stressful, right? Eddie, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You hate it. It's like I'm playing like against myself at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna shocking grasp the crap out of this guy
Go for it.
angrily. I rolled a 20.
Yeah, that certainly hits.
I did 4 lightning damage.
Okay. You dealt 4 lightning damage.
Please
Not
die.
dead yet. He looks pretty
Of course he
dead, but he's
isn't.
not dead yet. Anything
Oh,
else?
please.
I'm just trying to think. Like, I want to like go up here or up there.
You could
'Cause
you could
this-
try to like jump the side of the steps I'd allow. If you want to
May
like,
as well.
if you're thinking of
I just want to give
beelining-
myself some cover. Is the problem?
I think he's
Okay.
gonna have an opportunity attack though.
He won't.
No, he
not
can't take
the
reactions to
Oh,
Shocking
because
grasp,
reaction.
yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna try to like vault my way up here and get
Sure,
in
make
here.
me just make me like your choice of acrobatics or athletics.
I'm bad at both. Here we go. 6.
I mean, I'll say that you manage to scramble up the stairs, but you end at the top of the stairs. You don't
Right
manage
here,
to.
yeah.
you don't manage it particularly gracefully. We'll say.
No, I can't imagine. That's it for me, unfortunately.
Okay, turn of the Duragar.
Shoot me! Shoot me!
So these two next to Twisted Limb are both enlarged, and they're going to attack him with their picks, which is going to be a 23 and a 21. This might be the end of Twisted Limb. Yeah, they just sink into his back after his blood rage filled turn, and unfortunately, Twisted Limb sinks down to his knees before collapsing, seemingly dead on the floor. Yeah, so that was those two. There's now 5 people where the only person alive that they can see is either Fearless or Eddie, and I think Eddie's kind of presenting the bigger threat right now. These
Hello.
3 are going to move up and shoot at Fearless. Why not? So that is 15, natural 20. They all hit.
Oh.
And that's going to be, wow, that's 31 points of damage to Fearless, who has the bolt's impact into him and immediately is looking a lot worse for wear. And these 2 down here are going to shoot at you, John. So that is... oh, sorry, those are melee rolls. Hang on one sec. That is a 23 and a 9.
23 hits.
So 23 is 11 points of piercing damage.
And I am finally downed. Yeah.
Is that our last party member down?
That's our last party member downed.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll cut from combat there, as you guys are no longer wary of what's going on, as you are all downed. Dorothea is dead on the floor.
Dead.
I'll do one more round of death saving throws because it's kind of a critical juncture for some characters, but we're going to have a discussion about what happens from here anyway, obviously. Dalmok, death saving throw.
Hey, stabilize.
You stabilize, okay.
Wonderful.
Fletch.
Maybe.
Hey!
Hey,
stabilizers.
you're up.
Left.
Wake up.
Combat's
come
not
on.
over yet.
Okay.
I just come back and
But that was only my second. So
Yeah, that was your second, I know. Eddie. That's
Oh yeah, right. Shit, I forgot I was dead too. There we go.
Okay, so none of you die from your immediate throws, but obviously you're all unconscious and there are still a huge amount of hostiles around, so we have to be wary of the consequences that occur from that. But yeah, we'll have a conversation about what happens next, because I think some conclusions can probably be drawn from what's going to happen. And yeah, we will be back. We'll figure out what's going to happen with the party. And yeah, I think it's a good time to end it there.
Oh no.
And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Not the end of Icewind Dale, maybe the end of this party. We'll discuss what happens. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed. We will be back soon. Avernus will be back next week, of course. Take care, take it easy, and we'll see you next time, I guess. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.